Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the official EGF channel, and we're starting off Super Smash Bros. Ultimate action here for the MAAC Esports Championship presented by the New Jersey Army National Guard. My name is Upmind, and I'm joined here by my main man, Toxic Gerbil. Gerbil.
Hello, Upmind.
What's up? So, you know, we've seen quite a bit of esports action, collegiate esports action throughout this past week, and 2 of our tournaments have already ended. Congratulations to Marist College for taking both League of Legends and Rocket League. Oh, that's unprecedented, and they might be looking to potentially cap up. You guys are about to see the bracket real quick. Let me just fix up a thing or two. Oh boy, I gotta fix everything by myself. There you guys go. You guys can see the bracket. First, we're gonna start off with St. Peter's versus Quinnipiac up here on stream. Then after that, it's gonna be Siena and Niagara, and then Manhattan and Marist. As Marist, again, like I mentioned before, trying to complete that three-peat. And then Canisius is waiting right there. And winners, semis. Not winners, just semifinals. There is no double elimination. Gerbil, how you feeling about this bracket, man?
I'm feeling excited. I think it's going to be an uphill battle for Marist to get that three-peat. They're already at a seed disadvantage in their first matchup, and after that, they're going to have to go up against the #1 seed in Canisius College if they win. So I'm excited to see if they can look to pull it off. But it's going to be a fight for them.
Absolutely, and I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I mean, Quinnipiac, they have a pretty strong chance coming into this one, even though they're coming into this one at the lowest seed, the 7th seed. But we've seen lots of fireworks throughout this past week with realistically all of our tournaments. We've seen some big upsets thus far, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see someone. Some of these in this bracket, because Smash action has essentially been halted for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, the whole situation going on has made a lot of esports really hard to run. We've had to figure out how to reorganize a lot of things, but we're getting back into it, and hopefully the players been keeping up on their practice. You really never know. People could have been completely grinding in the downtime. People could have fallen off, so we'll have to see just how everyone is performing as we start matches back up real soon.
Absolutely, and I wanted to thank a couple of our partners. First of all, the MAAC would like to take this opportunity to thank its partner, the New Jersey Army National Guard, whose members are fighting on the front lines in the battle against COVID-19. The MAAC thanks you for your service and your partnership. And also the MAAC would like to thank its technology partner, Acer. Acer Predator computers and gear are the brand of choice for all MAAC esports competition. Acer Predator, summon your strength. And ladies and gentlemen, both teams should be just about ready and raring to go. Who do we got up first? Mr. Toxic Gerbil.
Yes, so in this first match, we're going to have Quinnipiac University running Mr. Purple, Grub, Riley, Matt Muskie, and Soulcake up against St. Peter's lineup of Jazzy, Ricardo, Allen, Show, and Ramen. Now, some of these names I don't really recognize from the regular season. I think there's been some subs coming in. Some others are returning, I believe.
Right.
But
now, I think this might be the most, I guess you could say, sought after, point of interest in this Quinnipiac side. Matt Muskie is on the lineup, and why this is important, Matt Muskie has played in literally every single MAAC bracket thus far. Yeah. He's played in League of Legends, he's played in Rocket League, and now he's playing in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That's a representative I've ever seen one. Oh my!
Yeah, I didn't realize he was in Rocket League, but I remember some good plays coming out of him in League of Legends. So,
dude, he was
jack of all trades.
I was commentating his game earlier for Rocket League, and Matt Muskie was on the front lines of everything. The guy went nuts in Rocket League, and I mean, we've seen him in Smash before, and I'm excited to see what you got, and also with every other participant in our lineup. And our first game is going to be between Jazzy G and Mr. Purple. Jazzy G We've seen them multiple times, pull off some sick plays to say the absolute least. And I also see some points of interest here in this SPU lineup. Of course, the one to pull off the JV4. We got Ricardo here on the squad. Man, I still can't get over, even though it's been months now since that clip was done, Ricardo pulling a JV4 with that Captain Falcon, the hypest stuff known to man. So we have almost literally like one of the hypest teams right here in SPU playing off in our first game on stream.
Oh yeah, they're definitely the number 2 seed for a reason. They show up, and they show up big. Huge plays coming out from all of their players. Really excited to get into it. But you really can never count out anyone in this tournament. Quinnipiac has a strong lineup of their own with players like Matt Muskie that we're talking about that are just so experienced in so many different ways that they certainly stand a chance. And I want to see what they're able to show up with, see if they've been able to make the practice they've had over this longer break work out for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seems like the teams are going through bans at the moment, so we could take a little bit of time and just see what's up. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to throw it over, do a couple of advertisements, including some of our sponsors and some institutions. Ladies and gents, we'll be right back. Thank you for tuning in thus far.
Bud Light made a seltzer?
Wait, Bud Light made a seltzer?
I wonder what it tastes like.
Only one way to find out. What are the taste buds saying?
Tastes great. Just hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Let's get that instead.
Wait. Post Malone doesn't drink seltzer. We drink Bud Light. Everybody knows that.
Why not try something new?
Bud Light.
Seltzer.
Guys, let's get both.
I'll get both.
Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
We are St. Peter's University, a place where students who are eager to learn are taught by people who care, on a campus designed for both to thrive. We're proud to offer incredible learning opportunities and life-changing experiences, and that means our students are prepared to succeed in their fields, in their communities, and all over the world. Get to know St. Peter's University, the Jesuit University of New Jersey.
At Quinnipiac, we see more than a campus. We see a community built to ignite passions. We see more than a degree. We see the careers of tomorrow. We see more than a student. We see someone destined to make an impact.
Bravo team moving to checkpoint.
2 o'clock, 10 feet up the right.
Visual 3 o'clock. Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard. Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
When you come to Niagara University, you don't just evolve academically. My transformation here has been huge. I'm serving others now, and it's really helped me see my purpose. Niagara University really helped bring out that side of me.
It begins with our mission and values, a culture of innovation and collaboration, achieving a global perspective beyond the classroom, turning education and theory into practice, developing lifelong interests and connections, and striving to make a difference in our communities. Marist College.
Doesn't it seem like the harder you work and the more you earn, you're less likely to receive financial aid for college? Not at Siena. We're now rewarding all admitted students who submit their FAFSA with at least $52,000 in scholarships toward your Siena degree, guaranteed. The Siena experience gives Saints the education for a lifetime, and that includes helping you afford what you deserve. Times have changed, and Siena stands with you. Visit siena.edu/guarantee for more information.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for waiting. We are just experiencing a couple of technical difficulties, just trying to get our teams in the server, but overall, things should be just about fine heading into the next couple of minutes. I'm very excited for this next game, but let's talk about the rest of our brackets. Gerbil, what's going to be a game to watch in the next 3 that we got coming up throughout the next couple of hours?
I think the biggest game that we're going to want to pay attention to is going to be Manhattan versus Marist. In terms of just raw seeding, it's probably going to be predicted to be the closest matchup, and Marist has a lot on the line going into the Super Smash Bros. Bracket. Of course, winning in League of Legends and winning in Rocket League, they want to maintain their dominance and pull out some big victories in Super Smash Bros. As well. So it's really going to be big for Manhattan to try and shut that down and progress. Of course, the winner of that matchup also goes on to fight the #1 seed in Canisius. So having that win and having the momentum going forward is going to be incredibly important. So everything about that matchup should be explosive and really drive the bracket going forward.
Absolutely, and just looking at the bracket, you know, going in from EGFC to now, I mean, Canisius and St. Peter's, you know, depending on the situations, like only a couple of points separate the two between the first seed, and also big props to Siena College coming into, you know, MAAC championships with a 5-2 record. They went absolutely nuts, and I mean, they were incredibly close. A W for them, if they were tied in that 6-1, they would have actually made it into that first seed. So if anything, Siena is also a big team to watch. But of course, talking about Manhattan College and Marist, you know, coming into this, Manhattan 4-3 on the season, and Marist 3-4 on the season. Marist started off slow, but slowly clawing their way back near the end, and now heading into MAAC champs. Again, it's been a couple of weeks, and they've been able to kind of prepare for, you know, potentially just for MAAC champs, because if I'm not mistaken, they're not participating in any weeklies or anything of the sort. But ladies and gentlemen, they have an opportunity to make it back in this league, because ladies and gentlemen, we finally have our game. It's going to be Quinnipiac versus St. Peter's to start things off here on stream, and Mr. Purple, Jazzy G, already in the game. Palutena representing Jazzy G here, and Mr. Purple with the nest.
Yes, St. Peter's, Jazzy G on Palutena, probably considered the higher tier character, but also known to suffer a little bit more online, more technical characters, so it's definitely a lot more of an even matchup here than it would typically be on paper. And Ness, Mr. Purple, with all these really powerful zoning tools we see.
Already
keeping the Palutena out, racking up percent. Oh my god.
Jeez, alright, Mr. Purple already stacking things up. Man, using the PK fire to go right into an F smash. And Mr. Purple just doing a great job, just overwhelming Jazzy G at the moment. And still big opportunities for Jazzy G just to get this extremely light character off the map. And look at that, following Mr. Purple right off of the explosive flame and right into a high up air. And that already ties things up at 2 stocks apiece.
Yeah, both these players really like to go in so far, going for ambitious reads, and so far they've been paying off big for both players. Really big combos and really early kills coming out from both sides. Not quite going to get the kill there, but now it's a big ledge trap situation.
And that's one of the best characters in this game for ledge trapping, period. Purely because of PK Thunder and that down smash. As you saw, Mr. Purple tried to go for the yo-yo. Now Jazzy G finds themselves in a big disadvantage. If there's any character that can make any sort of comeback, it's going to be the heavy-hitting Palutena. Let's see what they can do with Mr. Purple off stage. There goes the PK Thunder recovery right back to ledge. Mr. Purple once again. Whoa! What was that interaction? Explosive Flame sending Purple to the right, and then the PK Fire sending Jazzy G back towards the stage. That was just a weird one, but hey, Mr. Purple's still in this one.
Yeah, Mr. Purple up a huge percent lead here, a full stock ahead, basically. And he eats the explosive flame. Great awareness, but he's going to eat the forward smash as a punish for going directly back on the stage. And it's not impossible for Jazzy G. 77% could be even up in 1 or 2 big Palutena combos if he's able to get those long strings the character is known for.
Absolutely, and we haven't even seen kind of the famed Palutena Nair string just yet from Jazzy G.
Yeah, of course, Nair was nerfed in the most recent patch, right? So it's going to be less consistent of that all-around move we know it as it typically is.
Oh, but here we go. Jazzy G already with a pretty good amount of damage, so 48%. Oh, the yo-yo goes up at the perfect time, and that's going to be
It's such a powerful tool.
Win.
Yeah, really big. Important, though, that Jazzy was able to keep it to just a 1-stock win. Remember, in our format here, every single stock matters, of course. Each stock that you win with after a game contributes to your team's score, and then you get an additional 2 points if you take the set victory. So, of course, you want to be winning the set, but even game to game, you want to be winning as hard as possible every individual game to get as many points for your team as possible.
Absolutely, and a 1-stock lead isn't exactly going to be, you know, kind of the target for these teams, but this isn't regular season anymore. We're not talking about win differential or anything of the sort. No, this is do or die. You're winning for your team. You're just trying to pull as many points as possible purely to get that lead. And St. Peter's coming into this series as the number 2 seed, tied with the number 1 seed, just based off a win differential. They weren't able to sneak into that 1 seed. There is an opportunity here for Quinnipiac to get themselves a big lead over one of this league's best.
Yeah, it's actually crazy how close the top of the standings were after the regular season. How many little advantages decided first, second, and third here. Now, as we get back into it, we're looking at counter picks here. I'm expecting Jazzy to counter pick to a smaller stage, probably somewhere where you can really abuse Palutena's large zoning hitboxes and mobility.
Right, absolutely.
Very similar to like a Marth, right? Where you have that disjoint on your back air, you have that powerful neutral air that covers so much space. And here we go to a relatively large stage with a high ceiling. But it does, on the other hand of it, right? So you can, I can think that you might want to go to a smaller stage, but with how mobile Palutena is, she's also able to abuse larger stages with more room to run around and weave in and out of projectiles. She's a really versatile character like that.
Absolutely, absolutely, and yes, he's gonna be one to, you know, try to dominate neutral most likely, but against Palutena, it's pretty tough just to get in, period. That PK, there it is, that PK fire is going to be treating Mr. Purple incredibly well in this battle.
But speaking of dominating neutral, we really see it coming out from Jazzy here. Mr. Purple not able to land any really solid hits thus far.
There we go, Mr. Purple again trying to go for the PK, then a back air, sending Jazzy G right towards the side platform, and again, Mr. Purple just getting closer and closer to making this already percent comeback. There goes the dash attack from Jazzy G, almost killing Mr. Purple back. Using PK Thunder. Jazzy G just covering, but that back throw, incredibly strong. Super, super close. Jazzy G not dead just yet.
The next back throw from either player here will do it. Just really tight neutral hitboxes being thrown around here. No one able to find that strong killing blow though. Mr. Purple living to 160 is never what you want to see as a Palutena, and it will actually be his raged up Nair out of shield that takes the first stock, completely reversing his early deficit, taking the lead for himself.
Mr. Purple trying to go for some sauce there. You can see that. But Jazzy G falls out of his mirror. It falls out of his fair, I would say. And again, Mr. Purple with that full rage is trying to extend that damage. But finally, the back throw yeet from Jazzy G will pull it out for the stock at least. But a big percent differential between the two.
Yeah, the back throw finally taking the stock. But yeah, you said it perfectly. There's a huge percent difference. Even after this chain, it's only going to make up half difference, but another one will come out immediately right here.
Wow, there it is. Like I mentioned before, although Nair may be nerfed in terms of knockback, At early percents, you're certainly going to be able to stack at least 2 or 3 of them, and that's exactly what Jazzy did. What Jazzy G did, but Mr. Purple again trying to change for that PK into a fair, but Jazzy G still back in this one. Gonna land it with a nair, barely, and Mr. Purple sent over to the right, barely at the edge, just trying to make it back into neutral. Oh, that yo-yo was about to come up on to Jazzy G, but instead, keep dodging. Oh man, it's certainly a lot more cautious than earlier, that's for sure.
Yeah, a lot more cautious, but it's really paying off for him. Keeping even, he's gonna get blown up. But Purple misses the angle, he can't make it back. And it's dead even last stock here in game 2. Absolutely anybody's game. The first big opening goes to Jazzy, but he's able to get 66, actually a very respectful amount of percent off of it. And it's back to neutral here.
We haven't seen any smash attacks from Jazzy G either. Even with the mask being as floaty as it can be, that up smash simply not coming out just yet from Jazzy. And we might see it. Jazzy just depending on fundamentals, depending on these aerials. And there you go, homing attack. Both of them at pretty much even percent at just above 100. Ooh, Mr. Purple. That was almost so good. PK fire into an up air. Instead, still trying to chase. Oh, the nair! Right at range!
Neutral air will do it!
Wow, that's going to be it! Quinnipiac pulling off the first set, and that's going to be a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, really big for them to get that lead, close out the stock. You really don't want to give that 1 point over to Quinnipiac and let it go to a game 3. Really, really good attempt from Jazzy. Both games were very close, but it is going to be Mr. Purple clutching it out in game 1. Throwing it to Ricardo, the clip master himself, for game 2 for St. Peter's, going up against Grub for Quinnipiac as we get into the pick and bans for this next matchup.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, before we head into our next game, the two teams, they're going to go through the picks and bans and whatnot. So in the meanwhile, we're going to throw it over to a very quick break. Please stay tuned as we get into game 2 between Quinnipiac and St. Peter's.
We are St. Peter's University, a place where students who are eager to learn are taught by people who care, on a campus designed for both to thrive. We're proud to offer incredible learning opportunities and life-changing experiences, and that means our students are prepared to succeed in their fields, in their communities, and all over the world. Get to know St. Peter's University, the Jesuit University of New Jersey.
At Quinnipiac, we see more than a campus. We see a community built to ignite passions. We see more than a degree. We see the careers of tomorrow. We see more than a student. We see someone destined to make an impact.
Bud Light made a seltzer?
Wait, Bud Light made a seltzer?
I wonder what it tastes like.
Only one way to find out. What are the taste buds saying?
Tastes great, just hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Let's get that instead.
Wait. Post Malone doesn't drink seltzer. We drink Bud Light. Everybody knows that.
Why not try something new?
Bud Light.
Seltzer.
Guys, let's get both.
I'll get both.
Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Bravo team moving to checkpoint.
2 o'clock, 10 feet up the right.
Visual 3 o'clock.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard.
Stanley in sight.
Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
gentlemen, welcome back. We're about to head into our second set here between Quinnipiac and St. Peter's for the MAAC Esports Championship presented by the New Jersey Army National Guard. So, Toxic Gerbil, what did we just see in Game 1?
Yeah, in Game 1, we saw Mr. Purple taking a pretty close 2-0 over Jazzy, both games being one stock difference between the two players. So it is Mr. Purple bringing 4 points for Quinnipiac here into Game 2, and now we have Quinnipiac's Grub versus St. Peter's Ricardo. Ricardo looking to get some points back for his team, and Grub looking to extend the lead. But of course, Ricardo is definitely a little famous by now among the community here for his 4 stock on Captain Falcon, his JV4 on Captain Falcon. A huge moment, a great clip. So he's definitely one of the star players for this St. Peter's University lineup, looking to even things up.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and there he is. Yeah, we see him in the lobby. Ricardo seems ready and raring to go. And again, he's not only, a Captain Falcon player, but he also has the Terry Bogard. So we could see a couple of curveballs here and there from one of St. Peter's all-stars. And Grub stepping up here for Quinnipiac. Grub, one of many multi-game stars here in our MAAC championships, playing both Super Smash Brothers and Rocket League all on the same day too. So Grub's got a long day of competition.
Oh yeah,
no breaks. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to head into Game 1 of Game 2 of our entire set. As Grub picks up the Inkling. Oh no!
Oh no! Immediate reconnection error.
You got one too?
Yeah, I did.
Oh no! Happens to the best of us. No way! Oh, looks like we could just stay here and wait. It happens.
Yeah. So we're just gonna resolve this real quick and try and get back into the match.
Looks like the players are communicating, however, that there could be potential for a restart, but it happens, huh? It does happen.
It's better to happen at the start, right? It's better to happen.
Right. Like we get it out of the way.
Yeah.
So for the rest of the day, ladies and gentlemen, when I speak of like rest of the day, I'm gonna throw it over to our bracket real quick. You guys can see what I mean for our rest of the day. We are gonna be here live for a very long time on the official EGF channel. Of course, St. Peter's, Quinnipiac, you guys are watching them go at it right now. Siena, Niagara at 3:15, Manhattan Marist at 4:30, and Canisius facing the winner of Manhattan and Marist at 5:45. Our day is going to go up to just about 9 p.m.-ish, so we have just a straight 7 hours of Smash action. So if you guys go out, take a little break, get lunch, dinner, whatever it is, we'll be right here, ready and raring to go with some Smash. And ladies and gentlemen, speaking of being ready and raring to go, seems like our players have been gracious enough to restart their game, and we're about to head in to, again, Game 1 on stream.
Yeah, Terry versus Inkling. Not the most common matchup. You don't see this all the time at your locals.
No, absolutely not. But you can kind of see this matchup going towards the favor of Inkling, but in a close-up matchup, kind of just going hand to hand. Ricardo is quite the beast, to say the absolute least, and he's already stacking up so much damage. That's a perfect stock, almost a perfect stock already from Ricardo. And look at his percent right now, 0.7. He took 0.7% from the ink gun a little bit earlier.
A small blemish. I think we could round it down for him.
Yeah,
but he's gonna need
a
little bit here. Yeah, he's gonna need a little percent, but he's just keeping on the pressure.
Terry Bogard just does so much damage, period. And if you know what you're doing, if you know how to cancel out your moves and whatnot, and if you're as, seasoned as Ricardo, he's going to be able to take so much advantage of just the smallest windows of opportunity. Like right there, he's able to just get a simple jab and get it right into a jab power dunk, the JJPD. And Grub almost going to go down to the dash attack. Oh, man. Grub trying to land back in, and he just gets denied. Oh, man. Potential for a 3-stock from Ricardo. Just this one game alone will almost catch up St. Peter's in this entire matchup.
Yeah, if he closes out this 3-stock, which it looks very much like he's going to do. Grub firing back with some shots, but he just looks like he's always on the back foot. Ricardo has been absolutely dominant here, and it's only going to get worse now that he has this go meter online. Those super powerful special inputs for Terry are nothing to mess around with.
Absolutely not. Ricardo kind of baiting out the up smash from Grub there as he lands in with the power dunk, but the down smash from Grub. Oh, man. F tilt going right in to the power geyser, but that's just it. Oh, my. Ricardo, a 3-stock to open things up for himself here for St. Peter's. Man, oh, man.
A crazy confirm for him to close out that stock, get the 3-stock for himself. It was looking dicey. There was a ledge trap there that was really close to keeping it to a 2-stock, but he was able to dodge out. Really, really well done by him, by Ricardo there.
Are you okay, says Ricardo. Grub is gonna have to answer back in some way, somehow, because man, I think the answer is imminent. No, he is not. He has to come back some way, somehow, and they're gonna go through some picks and bans once again. Knowing our map pool, Gerbil, where do you think this Inkling should go to at this point?
Where should the Inkling go? I think the Inkling should go to Battlefield. I think that Inkling does really well with triplats. Her up air combos into itself really nicely when you can get those ladder combos off. She has a lot of tools to control platforms. Her up smash goes up very high. Her back air allows her to zone people, keep them under platforms very well. So I think it's just a strong stage for her, and I don't think Terry has a whole lot he can do with the triplat layout, so it's probably a very strong stage in the matchup here, and it's where I'd expect it to go.
That's where you would expect it to go, but looking at our picks and bans, the bans were Kalos and Yoshi's coming in from SPU, and Quinnipiac, we're actually going to go to FD, so this does make a little bit of sense in just talking about Terry Bogard. You're trying to just keep things as, I guess, crunched up as possible. You want to kind of pressure him the entire time and not let him land. The platforms are literally going to give him landing targets for him to land, reset his jumps, kind of reset back into neutral. No platforms whatsoever. That's going to be huge for the roller. That's going to be huge for up throw up airs. So,
and it makes it so much harder to land. Right?
Exactly. It's just the landing aspect of things. And also, I mean, a
switch.
Never mind. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys look over to your screen, that's a Lucina on the board against the Terry, and this certainly would be a way better matchup in comparison to the Inkling.
For sure. Terry, all of his moves are his own limbs, whereas Lucina has this sword. It makes it a lot easier to play neutral and keep your opponent out.
Looks like Grub, he doesn't actually know the good old JJPD DI just yet.
Yeah, it's I'm pretty sure it's true, right? Can you get out of it?
Yes, you can. You can get out of it at almost any percent. If you know the SDI and you know the DI, you can get out of it almost 100% of the time.
Already, this game looking a lot better. Not what you want to say, dying, but dying with your opponent at 57 is a lot better than dying with your opponent at 0.
That's right.
So much better pace for yourself.
Bro, that's a rough decision. He's running right into the shield with a dash attack, and whoa! Yeah, he did spacing too from Grub, just pulling out the up smash. Now Ricardo on that go meter again. Grub just trying to equalize things and take his first stock of this entire set, but jab into Power Geyser, and Grub somehow still alive.
Parry on Wi-Fi?
You're joking.
He's crazy.
and he goes for the power. He goes for the geyser again. But are you okay, Grub? You have yet to answer. Oh no! Oh no! Here comes the starter, Ricardo, going nuts.
58%.
58% off of a single wake up smash. But that'll finally be
That will
it.
do it.
Oh.
Cleaning up that stock is so important. It gets rid of the go meter. It means you can rack on some more percent here. Hopefully get a second stock off as well. And see what you can make happen. Terry, not the best recovery, but he's going to be able to find that forward smash and close it out, earning 7 points for St. Peter's here. 3 for the first game, 2 for the second game, and then 2 for taking the series. Means that they are now up by 3 in this match here.
Up by 4, in fact. Actually, no, you're actually
No.
right. Actually, no, you're right. Something happened.
Yeah,
I had it,
it
with
is,
4-7.
4-7.
I had it 4 earlier. I don't know why it changed, but it be what it be. Ladies and gents, up 7-4 is Quinnipiac, and St. Peter's looking a little bit dicey now. This is where kind of the powerhouse portion of this this St. Peter's side. Also, yeah, no, I'm just going straight up nuts. Give me a second here, boys. The score is absolutely incorrect. Let me reset. Let me just do a mental reset. There you guys go. And there you guys go. Now it's correct. I knew that I had it right, but I just updated the wrong score. Like the wrong side of the score.
Oh, no.
Oh, you hate to see that.
You might have to wonder, though, here, right? St. Peter's sending in Ricardo, getting a huge amount of points, a 3 stock and then a 2 stock, winning cleanly. But is Ricardo the best player on St. Peter's? Maybe they put in the ringer a little too early.
Maybe. I mean, potentially so, but we've seen some big plays from a couple of the players coming out a little bit later. For SPU, we got Allen coming up next, and Sho and Ramen. We've seen big things from Sho this season thus far, and I mean, I am certainly ready to see some more flashy action. But up next for Quinnipiac is gonna be a player who I haven't exactly seen, purely because I don't think I've spectated too many Quinnipiac games this season period, but Riley might be a new one.
Yeah, I don't recognize the name. I'm looking through the sheet trying to see if I can find him right now. For Quinnipiac here, the name doesn't immediately ring any bells for me, but it's good if they bring in a newcomer. It's always nice to see this new play style being integrated in, right? So I'm excited to see him play.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen.
Against Allen.
Yeah, I mean, Allen's going to be, again, these are 2 players that I'm not exactly too familiar with, but there's still potential for us to have a pretty big game on our hands. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to send it over to one more break. Thank you guys so much for watching the MAAC Esports Championship, MAAC 2020 Esports Championship, presented by the New Jersey Army National Guard. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with Game 3 of this first set between Quinnipiac and St. Peter's.
We are St. Peter's University, a place where students who are eager to learn are taught by people who care, on a campus designed for both to thrive. We're proud to offer incredible learning opportunities and life-changing experiences, and that means our students are prepared to succeed in their fields, in their communities, and all over the world. Get to know St. Peter's University, the Jesuit University of New Jersey.
At Quinnipiac, we see more than a campus. We see a community built to ignite passions. We see more than a degree. We see the careers of tomorrow. We see more than a student. We see someone destined to make an impact.
Bud Light made a seltzer?
Wait, Bud Light made a seltzer?
I wonder what it tastes like.
Only one way to find out. What are the taste buds saying?
Tastes great, just hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Let's get that instead.
Wait. Post Malone doesn't drink seltzer. We drink Bud Light. Everybody knows that.
Why not try something new?
Bud Light.
Seltzer.
Guys, let's get both.
I'll get both.
Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Bravo team moving to checkpoint.
2 o'clock, 10 feet up the right. Visual 3 o'clock.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard. Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 2020 MAAC Esports Championship. It's the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Competition presented by the New Jersey Army National Guard. My name is Upmind. I'm joined here with my boy, Toxic Gerbil. Mr. Toxic Gerbil, what do we got up next?
Up next, we have a match between Quinnipiac University's Riley going up against St. Peter University's Allen. Currently, the standings are St. Peter's University is up 7-4. A 3-point lead is certainly something you can make up over the course of one match. So this is a really big turning point, right? Game 3, when it's this close, is always very important in these types of brackets. So we'll have to see who's able to come out victorious between Riley on Mario and Allen on Fox here.
Interesting stuff. So let's just jump into this game because Allen on your left representing SPU and Riley on our right representing Quinnipiac. That's gonna be a little bit weird. Hey, in comparison to our score.
We'll tell them to join the right order next time. It's not
Hey, it happens.
But already a very close game here so far. A little bit of a percent lead for Allen, but mostly the neutral has been even, and it's really one combo away from being dead even right now.
Pressure on that shield. Riley taking on a lot of damage from Allen, and look at that in there.
Oh, close to getting the kill there.
Very close, very close. Still Riley surviving, gonna get that bear. Whoa! Missing out though, the reflect from super close to hitting, but even then, Riley coast to coast with that F smash. The big stuff at least. Now Riley just trying to extend this lead.
And he's going to extend it pretty solidly here, already 40%. And Fox is a character with really strong kill options, but very limited kill options, right? You only really have that up smash and sometimes that back air. It makes it very hard to find the kill, even though theoretically you could be killing early at 80. And we see it so far. Already 75% of extra credit has been racked up onto Alan before he was able to find that backer and close out the stock. And he's really going to feel it going forward in this second stock. Already so behind.
That's going to be tough to make it back, but...
What a good read there.
Alan makes it back, but yeah, like you mentioned, great up smash coming in from Riley, reading the get up.
And now Riley's basically ahead of an entire stock. Good jab block. Solid damage out of it.
You like to see kind of the lab combo coming on in.
Yeah.
Still an opportunity to make things back.
Drag down combos in this game have really been getting pushed over time. Especially now that characters like Joker and Sheik are becoming a little bit more popular in the top level. Everyone's thinking about how they can drag down, get that jab lock set up, and it's been really great to see all these technical setups people have been figuring out. Oh, really close to F's killing that F smash.
F tilt from Riley. Oh, he wanted to read.
Now, Alan here, really important for Alan that he gets this stock, even if he doesn't take the game. Denying that 1 point from going the way of Quinnipiac would be incredibly important for him.
Oh, Riley's digging for it.
That down air so close to killing off the top, but not quite making it. Even percent here. The next hit will kill, but remember, Riley's got an entire extra stock to play around with.
Right, so at this point, Alan's only option is just going to be to take away at least the stock to keep things, to pretty much restrict the damage. That's exactly what happens. Dash attack, a couple of, oh yeah, up tilts, just stack it on in,
God,
stack it on in, just keep on going. Riley with an up air.
Nerfed but never forgotten. Fox up tilt. Oh my god. And Alan,
wait, what's going
maybe
on?
looking to make the comeback happen.
No way.
70%. He's at 140. He has rage. He falls out with a down smash kills him anyway.
Oh man, that was incredibly close. I mean,
you're
kind of seeing that
sweating
explosion for Alan there, man. Oh man. But yes, Quinnipiac at least gonna collect one more point out of this set, and there you guys go. St. Peter's, their lead is now cut to 2, but I mean, there's still a lot of work. Still a lot of work that that this Quinnipiac side would have to pull off, because I mean, just going back, a singular set, a singular game gave St. Peter's that 7 points. And Quinnipiac, they are showing some more depth in their lineup. That's what you like to see. But if I'm being completely honest, I mean, St. Peter's, any sort of point that they can take away, all they really need to do is just trade at this point.
Yeah, if they just keep going even, they will win. That's why it feels so good to have a lead early on. It takes a lot of pressure off of the other players. You don't need to make the comeback. You just need to trade. You need to keep it even, and then eventually you'll coast to victory. But you can't really let that mindset take over, because then you try to go even and you go behind instead, and then you throw it away. So St. Peter's needs to keep up the pressure, but losing one game, losing that 1 point is not going to break them. It's not the end of the world. They still have this lead going into game 2 and set 3 here.
Right, and it looks like things are about to go down. And if I'm not mistaken, there's not going to be any character switches. No.
Nope.
The Mario looking pretty good. And I mean, Alan coming alive near the end.
Yeah, if he keeps that up, it's a completely different game, right?
Ooh, a little tiny bit of lag. Players are just gonna wait it out. That's that's good sportsmanship to say the very least. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it looks like it's much better now.
Yeah. So here we go. Just a couple of jabs from Riley. Up throw into down there, but just that air dodge makes its way away. But the lag again coming on in. Yeah, this is that's unfortunate, especially in game 1 where we just didn't get any lag whatsoever.
Oh yeah, it's really rough to go from no lag to lag like this. especially when it's inconsistent. It feels so much worse to be inconsistent lag than in regular consistent lag, because at least when the lag is always the same, you know how to time your inputs and you can adapt. And when it keeps spiking, it's rough. But we have to go through it, and we'll see who's going to be able to make it work better for them here. Avoiding the SD for Riley is very important.
Oh my.
Of course, the current situation, everyone being at home, is eating up so much bandwidth that...
Exactly. And I mean, just the online servers in general have not always been the best.
No,
for,
everything is
for arena sake, but man, oh man, and I mean, with slow down reaction time like that, just a whiff
that
up
forward
smash,
smash.
that's gonna get you all day, every day. It looks like things are. I was about to say that was a little bit of a curse. I was about to say things are back, and then it just stutters. Oh my, oh my. Looks like they're. Oh wow, they're trying to play this one out, but.
Yeah, real big props to both players. Still clearly trying their best, right? They are sticking it out. And that is going to even up the stocks. 56% lead for Riley here. Gonna be keeping on building it up. Not quite getting to confirm though.
That was a lock with the fireball. Kind of cool from Riley. Ooh, that F
Good
smash.
punish, not quite gonna kill.
The side B does come in. There you go. There, down tilt tries to go into. Doesn't work in his favor. Trying to make his way back in. Goes again from Riley. Riley just looking for this last hit. And I mean, he's just doing a good job just bobbing and weaving, pretty much taking control of neutral.
Oh, but that's a big reversal. He doesn't get a punish off it.
Oh, wait! Riley was trying to go nuts. Holy Lord. He drops down from ledge and tries to go for a fair. Towards ledge.
Now, stock percentage evening up a lot. Oh, from the other side of the stage, from downtown. That forward smash will kill. Fox, one of the lightest characters in the game. I think he's top 5 or top 10 in that regard. So those smashes at 130 will blow him across the stage.
Right, absolutely. Here we go again. Good land. Landing there, right into an F tilt. Just a little bit more chip damage from Riley. Oh, and again, Cameron just trying to chase off of that nair into an up smash. He almost runs right into an F smash coming in from Riley. Quinnipiac, they might have themselves a very strong W on their hands if Allen doesn't find a way to make their way back. But he does take away that all-important second stock. It's all tied up at last stock.
Yeah, that second stock is very important because now, even if Riley wins this, Quinnipiac will only be ahead 1 point.
Allen trying to make his way back. Oh, the F smash, but it's a sour
he
spot.
air dodge off stage. This could be big. No punish. Allen only needs the up smash.
Oh man, that's a yikes game. So a little bit tainted, but Riley, even though he had the lag in his favor, it did look like Riley was the better player in that situation. And Quinnipiac, I mean, hey, we take those. They're gonna take that W all the way to the bank.
Oh yeah,
8-7.
Back in the lead here. 1 point up for them after that match. Up next for Quinnipiac is going to be Matt Muskie, the man of many talents, the jack of all trades. Playing League last night, playing Rocket earlier this morning. Maybe he might be a little tired. We'll have to see. He has been busy competing in everything he has been able to get his hands on. And of course, he will be proving himself against Show from SPU, a strong player in their lineup.
An incredibly strong player, incredibly strong player. And I mean, again, there goes kind of the team comp type stuff where you want to have an anchor, you want to just have kind of the mass of your build near kind of like the beginning, and more near the middle you're gonna have sort of your flex players just kind of waiting around, and maybe they're there specifically for matchups, specifically for that higher tier kind of setups. But ladies and gentlemen, enough rambling about our last game. We're gonna head into our next one real quick. We're gonna go through a couple of ads, and we're gonna wait out for picks and bans to go down. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Upmine, joined here by Toxic Gerbil. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Bud Light made a seltzer?
Wait, Bud Light made a seltzer?
I wonder what it tastes like.
Only one way to find out. What are the taste buds saying?
Tastes great. Just hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Let's get that instead.
Wait. Post Malone doesn't drink seltzer. We drink Bud Light. Everybody knows that.
Why not try something new?
Bud Light.
Seltzer.
Guys, let's get both.
I'll get both.
Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Bravo team moving to checkpoint.
2 o'clock, 10 feet up the right.
Visual 3 o'clock.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard.
Family in sight.
Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. Looks like our next game is pretty much ready and raring to go. Quinnipiac and St. Peter's. Things are starting to get spicy between the 2 and 7 seeds. So, I mean, again, Quinnipiac currently in the lead after going through 3 games. This might be a setup for one of the biggest upsets thus far in MAAC competition.
Oh yeah, it would be huge, especially if Matt Muskie is able to take this set, playing Kirby into shows Lucina, a huge tier difference here and a huge matchup difference here. Kirby very known for being weak against Sorties, unfortunately for Matt Muskie, but that just means it's a bigger hill to climb and a bigger victory if he's able to pull it out.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, this Kirby, I mean, against Lucina in neutral, it's going to be one of the roughest things possible, but, show.
Kirby's stubby little arms can't do anything.
Oh, no. Man.
What a good edge.
There's
just no option for Matt there. Joe just played that perfectly.
We're going to be looking for the suck at ledge, that's for sure. The big suck from Matt.
Let's pull out some cheese, some good cheddar.
He's gonna need some cheese, if I'm being completely honest, because like in this matchup, I mean, Sho is one of the better players in this SPU lineup, while Matt playing a character that's not exactly favorable in this matchup. He's gonna have to look for cheese and at least try to go for these trades just to keep things close for Quinnipiac, wouldn't you think? Oh, I was about to say, we take those if you're Matt Muskie.
Scary for sure for St. Peter's though.
Oh,
and yeah, no, like you have to pull some really crazy plays in this matchup, or else it's gonna look like this. You're gonna eat sword slices to the face. You're not gonna be able to get in, and it's gonna look like this the whole time. But Kirby, if you're able to get in and make those openings happen, and you can make those weird, unexpected plays, you can bring it back. But the problem with cheese is it really only works a couple times, and you're going to need it a couple times to win a set here.
Right. There goes Matt. Still trying to make his way in on Sho. Tries to land it with a down air, and there goes the F tilt. No, he's not going to chase off stage.
Trap.
He's really just trying to go for the hard read up smash. Off the get up. Shows back nair from Matt. He goes into a couple of jabs. Just one stock here from Matt would actually be super helpful.
Oh, it would be so big.
Oh,
every stock matters so much. Not opting for a back throw, interestingly enough.
Great. Matt again. Oh, that's the up throw. Oh, he's not dead.
So close.
No, the F smash from Matt Muskie is gonna miss. He's gonna land it with a fair, trying to go in with a dash attack, but that's also not gonna work.
Raged nair will do it. Oh.
And the last hit in there too.
It's such a balancing act going for that kill at high percent, because if you mess up and you get hit, the enemy's rage just throws you so just that bit extra further, right? You go so far off of it.
Right, absolutely.
And it's gonna be a 3 stock for Sho here, redeeming St. Peter's, putting them back in the lead so far.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, like I mentioned before, any sort of edge that you could give your team, any sort of consolation that you could give your team heading into what is going to be our last set of this crew battle, you know, whatever edge, whatever point differential that you could simply give your team would be big. So we're gonna be looking for Matt Muskie essentially to, like I mentioned before, pull out the cheese. He needs to.
He does, yeah. He needs to find something that Show is just not expecting and really abuse him for it. If you're playing Kirby into a Lucina, you can't play neutral. You can't just try and be the better player at spacing aerials, because you're never going to beat a Lucina in that regard with your stubby little bubble arms.
The stubby reminds me of that Secret SpongeBob play. Tiny fingerprints. Tiny, stubby fingerprints. Yeah. That's almost exactly what Kirby just has to go to at this point. Just has to lay
the rough life of a Kirby player. It's a heartfelt struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, especially against Swordies, like I can't imagine a worse situation for Matt Muskie right now. So if he has some sort of secondary, that would help. But yo, high key. If we see the suck into footstool, I won't blame him. I won't blame him. It'll look dirty.
You gotta do it, man. You gotta do it.
Right.
But even though I don't expect Matt to win a game playing Kirby in this matchup, and he's not going to. He's gonna switch to way better, so much better than the matchup. I love this matchup.
Way better matchup. He's gonna pull out the Young Link against the Lucina. Yes, this is what you like to see.
So much mobility. You have so much range. It's so much nicer. You have so many more tools to deal with Lucina.
Oh my god. Yes, absolutely. And I mean, like you said, mobility is going to be big. Projectile play against Lucina is going to be big. There you go. He already pulls out the point-blank boomerang. Almost getting stringed off stage by Show. But,
and we already see it going so much better, right?
Ooh! What?
Double down air.
Off the clank too? Okay, back going a little bit nuts. Trying to stack up here with the F smash.
This is a complete reversal. Matt, the one completely in control. The percent lead. He's the one looking for the kills now. It looks so different. How much character matchups matter. The dash attack takes it.
Oh, no way. So Show just has to keep things fundamental at this point. No, you can't be going for hard reads like that. Come on, Show. Just keep things close.
He survives the F smash. That's so important if he can make it back here. The magnet.
The F smash doesn't hit. That was so close. Show just barely misspaces it. Matt tries to go for the Z drop bomb, but instead Show
denying the extra credit, keeping it even here as he begins to adapt and dominate neutral a little bit more. You have to think out the gate, right? Maybe Matt was doing so well because he just played a full game against Lucina, but Show hadn't played against the Young Link yet.
That was the conditioning.
More in the mindset, yeah. Show's now in the mindset. He's ready for the matchup, and he's turned it around. Now it's him with the lead. He's hitting the strings.
Yeah, Matt, it doesn't seem like he's well. If you watch just like top level smash or anything of the sort, you're not gonna expect anything huge coming in from Matt. But just the Young Link period, just as a character, is gonna be huge. Even though Matt might not be able to pull off some of the Satsu combos that we would watch, he's still able to keep things even. And Show now at 70%. Matt has a big opportunity to at least hold St. Peter's to at least a one stock, or even take away a game here. But Show just trying to extend this lead. He's still on that second stock, and Matt just trying to chase. There goes the boomerang. He gets thwarted by an F tilt. The up smash from Matt. That's not it, but he's certainly super close to it. Matt rolls on in, just trying to pressure. Ooh, that air dodge.
Oh, the next big hit will do it, and Matt knows it, but he's looking too much for it.
No!
And he
falls
past the ledge.
Matt didn't have a jump, and at that point, he just needed to land back on stage. But the up B somehow knocking away Matt towards the ledge, and that's St. Peter's with a massive lead.
That's so rough. That's such a rough way for it to go. He looked so promising. He looked like he was going to be able to take the stock, make it happen, keep the point differential that little bit lower, but unfortunately he falls down. And now it is St. Peter's with a commanding lead going into the final game of the set. Ramen versus Soul Cake. Soul Cake is going to need to get 2 stocks or a 3 stock and a 1 stock without dropping a game in order to make it back, and that's just to tie it up.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's kind of wind things down here, because Game 5 is on the board, and it's all important for Quinnipiac. They could pull it off. We could see a jack of all trades coming up next, coming out from the captain Soul Cake. But let's see if that actually happens. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head into yet another break. One last break before we head into Game 5. Please stay tuned, as we'll be right back with the ending of Quinnipiac versus St. Peter's for our first game on stream at the MAAC 2020 Esports Championships, presented by the New Jersey Army National Guard.
Bud Light made a seltzer?
Wait, Bud Light made a seltzer?
I wonder what it tastes like.
Only one way to find out. What are the taste buds saying?
Tastes great. Just hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Let's get that instead.
Wait. Post Malone doesn't drink seltzer. We drink Bud Light. Everybody knows that.
Why not try something new?
Bud Light.
Seltzer.
Guys, let's get both.
I'll get both.
Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Bravo team moving to checkpoint.
2 o'clock, 10 feet up the right.
Visual 3 o'clock.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard.
Family in sight.
Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
Gentlemen, we're back in it. We're just gonna head straight into our game, and this matchup is gonna be super tough here for St. Peter's. We have ourselves Soul Cake pulling out the Sonic.
Yeah, Soul Cake on Sonic up against Ramen, Captain Falcon. Sonic, of course, an incredible powerhouse of a character online. He's so fast, and it's so hard to deal with him when your inputs are not millisecond precise.
Right, and I mean, it's especially in an online setting, Sonic, I mean, when you talk about millisecond precision, Sonic, he's going to be able to kind of take control of this entire stage, just run around and just abuse that shield, abuse spacing, abuse timing, period. And I mean, he's going to be the one controlling the tempo. Speed is key, of course, with Sonic.
Of course, such a fast character. He's so hard to punish because everything he does is so fast. It sends him so far away from you when he's pressuring your shield like that. But we see Ramen taking the lead here, clearly able to manage it so far.
Right, and I mean, I think at this point, the situation that we would be in, I think a 2-stock and a 1-stock. No, not even.
Yeah, no, it has to be two stocks. Soulcake doesn't just have to win, he has to be dominant. And that's not what we're seeing so far from him. So he's going to have to pick it up if he wants to take it back and win for Quinnipiac here.
And in this matchup specifically, Sonic should be the one in control. But somehow, Ramen doing an incredibly good job responding to the spin dashes, responding to essentially these hard reads coming out from Soulcake, which pretty... No.
Oh, no.
That's rough. You just see Sonic on his head right now.
Oh.
They have to reset.
In terms of the matchup, yeah.
They have to back on up. No
Yeah.
way.
In terms of the matchup, at least, Captain Falcon is one of the characters in the game that can match Sonic's speed.
No
and I'm disconnected. Oh, we're gonna have to reset this first game, huh?
Alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Just had to switch it over real quick. Just had to reset a couple of things, but wow. Wait, they're still going. They're still going, just running through the lag. So it looks like game 1 is going off essentially off stream as the spectators have been kicked from the match. Oh no.
Yeah, restarting would be so rough, right? Because we were already like halfway through the game. Stocks were taken, percent was racked up. It's just, I feel like they just have to play it out here.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Well, looks like we are just vibing, but Soulcake, theoretically, he could take an L here. He could, because like
theoretically,
because there are there's different discrepancies with this formatting where Soulcake, if he were to win a 1-stock battle, to be completely honest, because this is a best of 3 format, Soulcake at that first stock, he would actually be better off losing and just kind of putting all of his chips in to kind of a more spread out game 2 and 3. But that's semantics. That's theoretical. They want to win.
Yeah, if Soulcake wins this as a 1-stock, he needs a 3-stock in game 2 in order to take this set. And if he loses and he's able to keep it to just a 1-stock in Ramen's favor, he would need to get... Oh.
He ended up winning, but I want to know what was the score?
Stocks.
2-0! Wow! A 2-stock from St. Peter's.
So St. Peter's, with that 2-stock victory,
let's
that they go up to 16 points, right? Quinnipiac's 8.
You would need 2 straight 3-stocks. Unbelievable! Quinnipiac, they fought so hard in this entire crew battle, and it just
so close for so long, right?
It just comes down to just simply a hero performance.
Maybe if Soulcake can find those Chaos Emeralds, go golden for a bit. Super Saiyan Sonic, he can make the run back happen. But it's such an uphill battle for him here that I don't know if he's going to be able to pull it off. I feel like if you're losing game 1 2-0, getting a double 3-stock is going to be so difficult.
Well, we are going through our picks and bans at the moment, and I'm really thinking about this one because, like, if Triplats, okay, so we do see our bans. Ban is Callus in town. I'm saying that Triplats would be really good for the Sonic here, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Soulcake picks Battlefield for the Sonic, and that's going to be, surely is going to be a much better matchup for that Sonic. He's going to be able to take control of this entire map and this entire stage. And if I'm being completely honest, I mean, he needs any advantage that he can get.
Yeah, of course, triplats are something that Captain Falcon enjoys as well with how good of a combo tool his up air is. It means he can just keep sending you up and up and up, so it's a little bit of a double-edged sword here for him. But when you need to make these big wins, you need to make these big risks too, and hope everything goes in your favor.
Gotcha.
So we're just waiting to get back into it real quick here, making sure the players join in the right order so that it lines up with our broadcast overlay here.
So, looks like... So it doesn't seem like there was just a full lag stop. The players were able to kind of reset. And it looks like potentially the players are going to kind of neutral or are going to agree, if I'm not mistaken, that they're going to agree to continue this matchup purely because of the lag at the beginning.
I believe
they
so.
do
Yeah,
have
and
an
he switches to
option,
Joker.
Wow. Oh, man.
Joker, a very powerful character.
Absolutely. And in this matchup, he could be able to sort of take advantage of sort of the wings of the stage. But, man, oh man, I mean, this is such a rough situation for Soul Cake, considering the fact that he has to get 2 straight 3 stocks if he wants to even tie. And oh no way. Just straight lag at the very beginning.
A little bit of lag checking. It looks like it's past now. We're probably going to get into it in a second here. Oh, but it looks like the players have a long input delay, so we're not getting those big lag spikes we can see on screen. But there's a lot of delay. The players might have to wait a little bit. Hope it passes. Hope the ISPs reconnect, get a little bit of bandwidth available in a second here. Right. Unfortunately.
That's that's incredibly unfortunate.
It's the nature of the tournament, right? It's the nature of just how things are right now.
Right, and they have to keep things incredibly perfect. You know what I mean? If the server isn't low input, then there's really
messes with so much.
There's really no point because I mean, again, it's just the matter of this matchup in general. The 8-16 that you guys are watching on your screen. To make this comeback, he would need to just have 2 straight 3 stocks, and I mean 3 stocks are rare on their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but even then in these conditions, it just gets worse. Yeah, it's so bad.
But all right. Looks like the players are gonna sort of restart things, see if potentially we can fix up the server a little bit. Players have SD'd, so we are restarting things. So let's see what happens. Talk to Gerbil. What's going to be the key to success for Soul Cake here?
The key to success for Soul Cake is going to be solid neutral play and good kill control.
Absolutely.
You can't let Captain Falcon get in on you. Joker has incredibly fast moves, really good mobility, and all the tools he needs to keep Captain Falcon out. If he can just manage to do that, he can rack up percent and get those kills. But already falling a little bit behind out the gate is not what you need.
He wanted to get that drag down dare, but instead, again, it's just too far away for them to stack. Oh, Soul Cake tries to go for the reflect, goes for yet another one. Actually going to connect this time.
But a really early Arsene is what you want to see if you're trying to make this 3-stock happen, right? Really good Rebels guards so far.
Oh no. Again, ladies and gentlemen, a singular stock will take this game. A singular stock will take the entire crew battle for St. Peter's, and you can essentially just scratch it off.
Yeah.
Oh no, more lag. Good spot dodge no matter what from Soul Cake.
Yeah. Oh, he's off stage. He's already at 120. He's gonna be able to make it back, but
no, that's not it either.
He's on his last legs here.
Just using the guts to just Kobeing it. Soul Cake is back.
Will get the kill.
That's it.
Skull King's able to get the kill first, but 2 stocks to go through, already at 143. It's just looking so impossible for him.
Oh, that's it!
Going to be the punish. We're going to play out the game, but that is going to be Ramen closing it out.
Unbelievable, Ramen! If there was any question whatsoever who was gonna win this game, Ramen literally just destroyed the hopes of Quinnipiac in a 0-to-death.
Oh no!
Holy gosh! Okay.
And Quinnipiac kept it so close for the whole series, even going into the last game. They had a chance, but Ramen clutched it out for
No way. That up till 2 coming in from Ramen. And yeah.
Ramen knows he's won. He's just going in, playing for the highlight reel now that it doesn't matter.
Up bearing, there goes the down B. Trying to get something spicy here. Oh, Ramen just goes for the up B. Just trying to get Soul Cake, and we haven't had more lag.
Oh no!
The crew battle's already over. We're still lagging. Oh boy. Oh yeah. There you go.
Yeah, he knows.
He knows.
That's gonna be Ramen finishing it off, clutching it out for St. Peter's University, taking the victory, 20-8. Looking commanding, but that scoreline kind of lies. It was very close up until the very end there. It was always doable for Quinnipiac to make the upset happen, but St. Peter's in the end shows why they were the 2nd seed here and takes the demanding victory 20-8. Once again, congratulations to St. Peter's.
I mean, they show why they're the 2nd seed, because it was like Quinnipiac, they had the players, right? They had the matchups ready, but they weren't able to more or less extend the lead in the games that they took. They took it by incredibly slim margins, and St. Peter's in the games that they did win, you could just see by the score line. That's 20-8 in playoffs. Quinnipiac, no matter how good they looked, it's going to be the 2nd seed. St. Peter's moving on. And ladies and gentlemen, let's take a quick peek at our bracket. Not yet updated, but I will update that real quick during our
St. Peter's moving on, positioning themselves to take on the winner of Siena versus Niagara. Siena, the 3rd seed, and Niagara, the 6th seed. Going to be an interesting, and of course, Siena versus Niagara is the matchup coming up next in just a few minutes here, so make sure to stay tuned after this and watch that play out. Find out who will be taking on St. Peter's at around 7 p.m. tonight, later in the day.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, we aren't just ready and raring to go for a break just yet. We do have, of course, the winner's interview as always, and we're going to be dragging in St. Peter's own Show for the interview. There you go. Show, what's poppin', man? How are you doing? Congratulations on the W.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, no problem. So kind of run me through the crew battle, because we saw Quinnipiac, actually put you guys against the ropes a little bit. Of course, you guys were able to have your explosive entries with Ricardo, Ramen, etc. But,
even yourself, you had a very commanding match.
You had the matchup. You had the matchup, and you took it with absolute strength. And man, just run me through the battle. How were you guys feeling?
Honestly, we were feeling pretty good about ourselves throughout the whole thing. Kind of just running through our.
Oh yeah, you were feeling confident even at the start. You lost the first match, right? You were down 4-0 for a little bit there. How'd that feel?
Just down for. Yeah, we were down for a little bit, but we were confident overall. All of us.
Good.
We made sure that we had to bring it back up. So.
Absolutely.
We just do what we have to do. That's all I can say.
There we go. Just get the job done, and man, oh man. I mean, you guys are strong contenders for this entire bracket. But moving forward, I'm gonna put you on the spot. We got Siena and Niagara coming up next. The winner of that is going to be your opponent. Out of the two, who would you actually like to face? Who would you personally want to face in that semifinal game?
In the semifinal? To be honest, I just To be honest, I think Siena, just because they provide more of a challenge, honestly, because
No.
I'm kind of up for challenge. Me and my team are always up for challenges, and I believe Siena will definitely be a top contender, honestly.
All right, I see you.
Bold words.
I see you, Show. Well, Show, hey, no matter what, man, congratulations on the W, and we'll see you guys at 7 p.m. So, yeah, you guys have a pretty decent break from now until your semifinals game, but, hey, take the time, man, practice, just take a load off, and, man, we'll see you guys in a little bit. Thank you so much for coming by.
All right, thanks for having me. Hope you guys stay safe out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, hey, thank you. You too. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning in this far. And of course, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes as we set up Siena versus Niagara. And I think Toxic Gerbil, if I'm not mistaken, how much time do we have until that one? Like, not very long, right? Just
a couple of minutes. We have a negative 12 minutes, according to the schedule.
We're a little bit behind schedule, so ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna head right into a break, and we'll set things up as quickly as possible. We'll be right back.
Bud Light made a seltzer?
Wait, Bud Light made a seltzer?
I wonder what it tastes like.
Only one way to find out. What are the taste buds saying?
Tastes great, just hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Let's get that instead.
Wait. Post Malone doesn't drink seltzer. We drink Bud Light. Everybody knows that.
Why not try something new?
Bud Light.
Seltzer.
Guys, let's get both.
I'll get both.
Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Bravo team moving to checkpoint.
2 o'clock, 10 feet up the right.
Visual 3 o'clock.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard.
Family in sight.
Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
harder you work and the more you earn, you're less likely to receive financial aid for college? Not at Siena. We're now rewarding all admitted students who submit their FAFSA with at least $52,000 in scholarships toward your Siena degree, guaranteed. The Siena experience gives Saints the education for a lifetime, and that includes helping you afford what you deserve. Times have changed, and Siena stands with you. Visit siena.edu/guarantee for more information.
When you come to Niagara University, you don't just evolve academically. My transformation here has been huge. I'm serving others now, and it's really helped me see my purpose. Niagara University really helped bring out that side of me.
Bravo team moving to checkpoint.
2 o'clock, 10 feet up the right.
Visual 3 o'clock.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard.
Family in sight.
Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to start off with our second set of our bracket. It's Siena College versus Niagara. My name is Upmind, and I'm joined here with my man Toxic Gerbil. Toxic Gerbil, what are we looking forward to here in this matchup?
Hello. We're getting back into it. We're looking forward to a matchup between Niagara University and Siena College. Niagara bringing in a lineup of Mr. Paytonator, Embrock, Ost, Flubber, and Fiction, coming in against Siena's Bivers, Alice, Exeroy, Pango, and Knight. In this game one, we're going to be having Mr. Paytonator up against Bivers here. Going into it, Mr. Paytonator, I believe, is a Rob player, and I don't remember who Bivers plays off the top of my head.
Gotcha. So let's see if we can start things real quick, because again, we've seen some, I mean, surely we've seen some fireworks from the Siena squad. Actually, if I'm being completely honest, Siena, a championship contender, but this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, just take a look at your screen. We got
Mr. Paytonator making a fool out of me here.
Me, sword fighter, and then King DDD. Yeah, I mean, Mr. Paytonator, the DDD main, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. Maybe I'll misremember it. Maybe he switched it up. I can't tell for sure, but a solid opening jab combo for 18% from Mr. Paytonator here. And Bivers on this Mii Sword Fighter, a character that was underrated for a long time. But then people figured out that his Tornado move is so strong. It has an incredibly powerful kill setup with the Link style up B that this character has. And it makes him very powerful at finding early kills. But he's going to be a little too low on that recovery and not make it back. A very early stock being donated over to Niagara, to Mr. Paytonator here, as he's only at 67% himself going for extra credit.
Oh, man. That's right off the edge, but okay. Might have been a little bit.
Bivers
that was
responding with a quick stock of his own.
That was an insane angle, but sus DI, maybe?
Maybe. I guess that's what it had to have been, but either way, the match is looking a lot more even now. Only 30% separating the two players as this up-tilt string comes out to bring it even closer.
Up close, King TV not going to be that big of a threat here for the sword fighter, especially when you see things like the up tilt, but I love that so much. Just pulls out the hoop and just throws it directly at the corner, but oh no! That's unfortunate to say the very least.
Mr. Paytonator dropping a little too low, I guess, giving over the stock here. Most of a full stock lead now in Bivers' favor game one. Just some careful spacing coming down to neutral, I guess. A good string for Bivers, though. Almost finding the kill again. Catching Mr. Paytonator a little unaware on his DI once again here.
Oh! okay. The uppie gonna hit on the way down. Again. Oh, the tornado! He just goes right up through! But that's even crazier! Holy, just goes right in for the uppie. And Bivers, although dropping a little bit early, he's gonna be the one taking Siena in the lead by 2-0.
Yeah, a very nice early lead. This matchup looks very good for me, Sword Fighter. DDD has a hard time with sorties. He just doesn't have the mobility to get around their strong neutral tools, and it makes it rough, for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think at this point, this matchup might be, I mean, rare, but this might be in the favor of me, Sword Fighter, man.
Yeah.
Not something that you want to say too often, but hey, sometimes you just got to admit it. At this point,
he's a pretty strong character now. He's gotten a lot of buffs since the last game. He's been bigger.
For sure. I mean, you with me, Sword Fighter players, there's not too many out there. There's not too many.
No, there's not.
One specific to my region, which I think might be the strongest one out there. Of course, there are others.
Yeah.
But a stronger one would be a player named I Theta coming in from Florida. And why I mention him, he has sort of a cheesy play style with that be Sword Fighter, but it's a good kind of dynamic between, good offstage play and strong neutral play, just not letting your opponent land and not letting your opponent breathe, especially in a heavy matchup like this one, and where your recovery is going to be more or less, linear. You're going to have a very tough time against that Sword Fighter and how aggressive they're going to be essentially the entire time in the matchup. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to jump into game 2.
And we see Mr. Paydater sticking to this DDD, saying it's not the matchup, it's my play. I'm going to do better. I'm going to make it work on Final Destination as the counter pick here. Very interesting. It takes away a lot of those platform combos for Bivers, but it makes it so much harder to land and so much harder to get around these projectiles that me, Sword Fighter, is just pelting Mr. Paydater with.
Retaliation, at least for now, from Paydater. Potentially down throw. Yep, into a fair.
Obi drops the conversion and gets grabbed for it himself. Down 50% here.
Ooh. Back throw from Paydater. He actually gets hit by the corner. Now a bit. What? All right.
Perhaps a misinput, perhaps an ambitious read. We'll never know, I guess.
Mayhaps.
Mr. Paydater really hating the length is one thing I'm noticing. He has always opted to up B onto stage, and we saw last game he got punished for it a couple of. So maybe somebody can clean up a little bit in his play. But maybe not.
I'm shocked.
Mr. Paydater can just prove me wrong. He gets the kill off the very thing I was saying he might want to stop doing. So maybe he knows better. Maybe he knows a little bit more than I do. Who knows?
Right. Potentially. I had no clue how that hit, but hey, it hit. But here we go again. Oh no! What? Oh, quick punish.
That was such a big punish, but he wasn't able to get the turnaround in time. Very unfortunate.
Right.
But he is racking up a lot of extra percent here. DDD, a heavy character, gonna be relatively difficult to kill early unless we see some crazy fringe plays like we saw in the last game.
Right.
60% already lapping ahead of Bivers here. And that's going to be where it stops as we get into this second stock. Even stocks, but a really solid lead, especially when DDD has that early kill pressure. Being at 77 this early in the stock is very meaningful.
Kind of ping-ponging the hoop for a second there. There you go. The up air would have done it, but instead Bivers is back on stage and getting a little bit more damage. Paydater swinging for the hills and Bivers taking his time. You'd like to see that! Oh no, not again!
The second kill he gets off of his up lead there. He knows when to mix it up, I guess. He's got the reads, he's got the punishes, and now he has another opportunity to build up this extra percent, extend his lead here.
There goes Bivers, getting a little bit more damage onto Peyton. Oh, just trying to go right in with a fair. He almost gets punished, but yes, he does.
Oh, that jab is so much damage for just a jab.
That up smash, and I thought that it was going to have armor, too, so that down air...
River's life flashed before his eyes.
Jeez. Here we go again. Bivers just trying to chase. Reflect again. Reflect after reflect. Lands in with the fair. Can't get anything off of it. The jabs coming from Mr. Paytonator. Just trying to finish off the stock. What? What was that catch? Paytonator is now going nuts.
Yeah, Mr. Paytonator is going in. This stock looking a lot like the previous one, getting another up to connect. 980% almost is the extra credit here, and he still hasn't even died. Bivers is going to be fighting a very uphill battle if he wants to take this game, but of course, even taking the stock matters in this format.
He was a little bit too respectful of the space there, and yes, Uppy has a little bit. It has the effect at the end, but spot dodge that ended up costing him the stock. The F smash from Mr. Paytonator and Bivers. He just gets slapped up, my friends. Oh my god. Niagara claps back with another 2 points. That's 2-2.
Paytonator and Bivers trading 2 stocks here makes this game 3 so important. Whoever wins this is going to be at least 3 points in the lead for their team, if not more. A really good response from Paytonator to keep Niagara in the running for this first game of the set. Looking to make the lead happen for themselves, looking to get the advantage early on as this lower seed team.
Man, oh man. So when you say lower seed too, I mean Niagara coming into this tournament with a very simple 3-4 record, and Siena commanding. I mean, like I mentioned before, Siena is a championship candidate. They have potential to make it all the way to the grand finals. But
oh yeah, all the top 3 teams were so close at the end of the season, right?
Like
there were just such small differences separating them.
That's nuts. And ladies and gentlemen, you guys saw Quinnipiac get so close against our number 2 seed. Quinnipiac didn't win a singular game in regular season. They were 0-7 and they went so close. All of these games are thrown up into the air. You like to see that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we reach game 3 of set 1 of our crew battle between Siena College and Niagara University. And they're going to go to Battlefield. And a little bit of lag. I don't know.
Looks like we're getting through it. It's resolving a little bit as we start getting into the spacing war here, the neutral game. This stage, I think, definitely helps Bivers a lot. I think it was a very good counter pick, and I'm almost surprised it wasn't banned. I feel like Sword Fighter has such good ability to pressure these platforms against DDD, and with how big DDD's body is, it's so hard for him to maneuver around that pressure. But it looks like Mr. Paytonator has been able to hold it off fairly effectively. What?
Oh!
He baits him into recovering there, right, with the slow Gordo, and just fires it at him. A really early, fast stock for Mr. Paytonator puts him in a commanding lead in game 2 here. Game 3, sorry. Even more important.
Right. Still big work. Bivers, as he was able to kind of collect a little bit more damage. But look at that. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Paytonator has already come out to so much damage. Oh yeah.
The spacing wasn't there.
Right, but he got the trap in. Oh, so good. So good. There's so many characters that can pull off just shield traps like that, and DDD is one of them. He goes for the down B hammer instead, and my lord, Bivers with the up air, not able to finish off the stock. And still just pressuring that ledge. I feel
oh, you just walked.
Bivers, he just walks right into everything. Everything that Payton is pulling out. The F smash, the shield almost going away. What is going on?
He drops the kill confirm too.
Oh man, here goes Bivers again. He's about to get up thrown actually into an up air, and Bivers, he falls right into an F tilt, and that's it. That is just it. F smash from Paytonator. Now we're
That
looking
is
for
one of the disadvantages of Battlefield is the forward smash covers the entire platform. Ooh, cheeky little chakram interrupting the upbeat. Mr. Painter is able to make it back. A full stock lead here is huge.
He needs some of that cheese that I was mentioning earlier with me sword fighter. Oh my god.
Mr. Painter is just letting them rip now. He's gotten a few that have connected, and he just says, I'm confident. It's gonna work.
Here he goes again. He's
The ledge trap not quite able to be found, and it's a reversal for Mr. Paytonator, but he doesn't get a hard punish for it. And whoever wins this game takes a lead in the set, a big lead for their team.
Right.
3 or more points is going to be crucial going forward.
Oh, dash attack. One of the honestly one of the best dash attacks in this entire game. It can two
Oh, it
frame.
covers so much. It's out for so long. It's so good.
Right, it can 2 frame. It can kill. You can do your dishes. It can do it all.
Yeah. Oh, wait, this platform really stuffs out a lot of the high up B recoveries that Mr. Paytonator likes to do. He keeps landing on it when otherwise he would have gotten a punish and actually hit Bivers with it.
Uh-oh. Couple jams.
Bivers thus far has been able to keep this neutral pretty in his favor, but he just hasn't been able to close out the stock, and now the percent's going to start racking up as Paytonator finds some openings.
Oh, you can't punish up.
Star.
Right.
It's so hard to do, actually.
Up B with a star. It's so hard. But then there's a shot. Right into the tornado also. Yeah. What? I was about to say you gotta go for a big punish on that one. Not the move, Bivers. Certainly not the move. What?
So close to taking it.
Oh my god! But that reflected it. And again, Bivers just going for Chopper right when. Pretty much Paytonator just asks to get punished.
Yeah, Bivers really is not hitting the punishes he needs to. And Mr. Paytonator, even if he loses the stock, it's almost guaranteed he'll be able to take the next one with this much of a lead.
Yeah,
but
no,
he wants that extra
Paytonator-
point. He does not want to give it up.
Paytonator is
200% is so many. And Bivers will close it out. He will stop that point from going into Niagara's favor. But it feels more like a matter of time for Paytonator to get the stock. Ooh.
That's not it either. There goes the Gordo.
Starts
Oh! Chakra into Gordo.
Just a little too long. We had the reach, had the punish.
I had a moment there, like Homer Simpson, don't.
Good reflection. It might be more doable for Bivers than I thought here. 163 means he will have rage. He'll die to any solid hit. But now, with Mr. Paytonator at 93%, giving a solid hit, up throw, not a kill throw. It won't do it. And it's so close for Bivers to
fair?
run back.
Bivers just holds onto a shield. That's it. No, he's not dead. He's dead. What just happened? Bivers somehow this
181%.
Literally this entire game, the entire 2 games that we just watched, Bivers was completely down, but with full rage and DDD at 100, Bivers pulls off the coast-to-coast F smash.
And that barely
Oh
killed
my
too.
god!
And the stars had to align for Bivers to make that comeback happen, for Bivers to win that game. I counted him out. I thought there was no way, and he proved me wrong. Incredible from him, earning that 3 points, taking the game, and putting Siena up 3 points, 5-2. What a way for them to start it out here.
Man, oh man. So, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this crew battle already just got spicy. We've seen Flair from Niagara. We see Mental Fortitude from Siena. Ladies and gentlemen, this is nowhere near to being over. We still have 4 other competitors from each team stepping up to the arena. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned as we'll be right back with the MAAC 2020 Esports Championship presented by the New Jersey Army National Guard. We'll be right back.
Bud Light made a seltzer?
Wait, Bud Light made a seltzer?
I wonder what it tastes like.
Only one way to find out.
What are the taste buds saying?
Tastes great, just hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Let's get that instead.
Wait. Post Malone doesn't drink seltzer. We drink Bud Light. Everybody knows that.
Why not try something new?
Bud Light. Seltzer.
Guys, let's get both.
I'll get both.
Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Bravo team moving to checkpoint.
2 o'clock, 10 feet up the right.
Visual 3 o'clock.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard.
Family in sight.
Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and we're just gonna jump right into our second game. My name is Upmine. I'm joined here with Toxic Gerbil.
Hello. We're getting back into it. We got M. Barack representing Niagara University going up against Alice for Siena here. Inkling versus Lucas. This is a spicy matchup.
See, there's multiple ways that you can pronounce Alas's name. Alas, like...
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think it's like alas, you know, like the word. That makes the most sense, I feel like, yeah.
Well, alas, he's got to take this W potentially.
Yeah.
Man's going kind of nuts already. He got quite a bit of damage. He already went for the
roll
roller.
up right
Ooh, the get up right on time with a PK freeze.
Very well timed. Solid lead for Olaf here. A little 40%, keeping it, gutting it higher. Inkling, one of the best jabs in the game, because as it hits you, it deals more and more damage due to the ink mechanic. But a really good angle from Embrock will save his life.
Oh, that's it.
That.
No way!
No sweet spot.
Wow, that's gotta be
it.
it.
This will be a Chrono.
Yeah, F smash.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And only 40% on a last year puts him at a really, really good start against Embrock here.
Dennis on Embrock, oh, to the right. And Embrock again, just taking really good control of neutral almost the entire time. Essentially, just holding
really
on to projectile.
trippy.
But here comes the last. Trying to go for the up throw up there.
Yeah, dropping the combo a little bit. Embrock neutral airing through to get down.
That was
but
great!
The roller reads
Wow!
are so hard. When he's dead for it.
He just goes for it. He stops the roller at the perfect spacing. And the way he just goes
every roller is connecting.
Holy, so last might be going for the coveted 3-stock. Let's see.
3-stock would be huge.
Big for Siena, especially at this point of the crew battle, as early as we are. Man, I mean, if he just straight up wings it. Oh, okay, that's it.
Goodbye.
If he just wings it and wins it, that would be big for his team this early in the crew battle. But
cool string there. Oh, really good string.
What? What?
Oh, that down smash almost made it too. He would have died if you got the 2-frame there.
Right? Yeah, he would have. Here we go. Back air.
Embrock running it back, making it look even, making it look competitive. Here.
Great PK freeze, and he's gonna go right into an F smash too. There goes the PK Thunder. Alas died to this earlier, and that's the stage spike right off ledge. And Embrock,
just like that,
he's just back in it. Just literally a minute ago, we were talking about a potential 3-stock from Alas, but now we're same stock situation. But now Alas popping off. There you go. He traps him with a down smash.
Alas looking a lot more like stock 1 here. He gets the berry. It's going to be the kill. And a 1-stock disaster averted for Niagara there, right?
Oh.
Embrock probably not expecting to take the game win after how it started, but taking 2 stocks, limiting it to a 1-stock lead is so important for him. And if he gets another round like that without doing as bad in the lower parts of for him, he's definitely poised to take games or even take this set here. Or take the game here for them.
Yeah, surely. But let's see if that destiny actually comes on by, because again, I mean, just looking at kind of this Siena roster in comparison to Niagara's death, you know, it's a little bit more in favor of Siena, but you also have a couple of players laying around the Niagara lineup that will be huge threats to the later Siena anchors. Players like Ost stepping up to the plate coming up in our next game. You have Fiction in our last game. And, I mean, just right now, Embrock, not a player that I'm...
You can't count out Embrock right now.
Exactly. Like, Embrock, not exactly a player that we've seen too much this season, but he's, like you said, not someone to scoff at whatsoever, especially with his character choice in this matchup. He can do it.
Yeah, getting back into it. Game 2, no switches, keeping it consistent as we load up into Final Destination here. An interesting stage selection, definitely good. It's nice. Good against Inkling. It does make landing a lot harder, but it does mean you won't be susceptible to the platform combos. No up throw airs from platforms gonna get those early stocks, so it's a little bit of a trade-off, but I like the idea from Embrock.
Absolutely. Alas will be going for a dash attack back air. So much damage already being done. Probably gonna line up the roller very soon. Just try to get first. Just there. Teensy tiny bit. Teensy tiny. So, you know, just out there. Embrock's the driving air dodges back into it. Stage down smash from Alas. Oh, yeah, there it is. He just tries to go for the hard roller. But here comes Mbrock. We've seen, I mean, we already saw a huge comeback from him earlier.
Oh, yeah.
He could certainly do it
You
within a
don't
stock
wanna
if he
be
can get his
having-
flare.
You don't want to have to make the comebacks, though. You want to be keeping it a lot closer than it is right now, if you are Mbrock. And it might be starting soon here. Oh, not quite. Just short on that grab.
Right. Full rage at this point for Mbrock, and I mean, you can kind of tell. First of all, with the FD pick,
Great down smash.
this is heavily, matchup dependent. Because, like, sure, Lucas would like some platforms, but in this matchup specifically, Inkling doesn't
That
do,
grab is gonna do it.
doesn't do all too great without platforms. I mean, of course, Inkling is Inkling. He's just good in his own right, but he's a lot better with platforms. Now, at least
For
here
sure.
in FD, Lucas is just gonna have to find a way to land, and he's just not finding those platforms because simply
That is the trade-off
it's
of
not
FD.
there. Right.
You take away the enemy's combo tools, but you make it harder for yourself to land in the process. An ambitious up smash is gonna eat a big punish, and now a full stock behind for Mbrock here. We did see him start the comeback in game 1, but to have that happen twice in a row sounds monumental. It's gonna be hard for him here.
Last already put about that's I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it because it was more or less cursed last time, but
yeah,
there's potential. It might
Yeah,
happen. Surely.
It starts with an F smash like that, that's for sure.
Mbrock can come alive right now. Oh, that uppie though.
That landing hitbox makes it so hard to punish. Inkling's uppie is such a solid move.
There goes Mbrock, landing in with the down
Hmm? Gonna look for the stock here. Gonna get his up B, but he's not gonna get the stage spike this time.
That was sick from last, just rolling on in and then immediately into an up air. Now Mbrock just taking so much extra damage. Big opportunity for Siena to take a big lead. If they win out this one, it would be, if I'm not mistaken, 11-2. So
huge lead.
Mbrock gonna take a
Very
fair
big for Mbrock to try and take at least this stock here.
Exactly. He just at least needs a stock here because like the W is almost
almost guaranteed for a last year.
Right.
135% sitting on Mbrock on his last stock. 2 more to play with for a last after this.
No
but
way.
The roller is going to sit out. Oh, he doesn't get the sweet
it's
spot
not.
again.
Okay, and remember it was that non-sweet spot roller that actually started the comeback from Brock earlier. And there it is! Oh god, the script, write it up, it's happening. And Brock already takes away at least a stock. He's looking for some more. He has full rage, and Luke is on full rage. Man, super scary. And he's already gonna start.
That's gonna be the punish. The roller punishes the roll from Mbrock, and it's gonna be another 4 stocks going Siena's way. 10-2 is going to be the difference. A very large lead. One you probably won't even be able to make up over the course of just one game. So it's going to have to be a long comeback for Niagara in this match here. And it's going to have to be one that Aust starts up against Rory, up against Xroy in our upcoming matchup.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, at least in this upcoming matchup, Siena, they could potentially close it off right here. Aust has been a great leader for this squad in this entire season. He's essentially been pretty much hard in this kind of middle position in this lineup, this third position, just to kind of boost up the lead for Siena, because Siena, coming into playoffs, coming into MAAC championships, they are the team with the most W's, the most wins in terms of stocks. I mean, if they had tied up with the first place teams, Siena would have been the team in the first seed. They're almost uncontested in that. They were winning by like 10 stocks over
They had
over the first
margins of victory.
Right, over Canisius. And man, oh man, Siena's gonna have to go, pretty big in this next game. But ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned. We're gonna go into yet another very small break. My name is Upmind. I'm joined here by my boy Toxic Gerbil, and we'll be back in just I would like to say a minute or two as we set up our next game.
Bud Light need a seltzer?
Wait, Bud Light made a seltzer?
I wonder what it tastes like.
Only one way to find out. What are the taste buds saying?
Tastes great, just hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Let's get that instead.
Wait. Post Malone doesn't drink seltzer. We drink Bud Light. Everybody knows that.
Why not try something new?
Bud Light.
Seltzer.
Guys, let's get both.
I'll get both.
Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Bravo team moving to checkpoint.
2 o'clock, 10 feet up the right. Visual 3 o'clock.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard.
Family in sight.
Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the MAAC 2020 Esports Championship presented by the New Jersey Army National Guard. And our next matchup is already being set up between Siena and Niagara. Toxic Gerbil, what do we got up next?
We have got Siena College's X-Roy up against Aust representing Niagara. And it looks like the matchup is going to be Banjo versus Robin.
Right.
My bad. I'm looking at my screen sideways. That white hair getting me a little messed up.
All good, all good.
White hair and a black jacket. You know, who am I looking at? But yeah, Banjo versus Robin. A very weird matchup. One I don't think I've ever seen before. I think I've very literally never seen this matchup before. It's an interesting one.
No, absolutely.
That Wonder Wing going straight through the archive. What a really good parry with not an amazing punish to follow behind. Just a little bit of
Roy already saucing up Aust a little bit here. Okay.
Just uses his own grenade.
Right. Oh, okay. Kind of mixes up Aust a little bit. He was getting ready to set up Thunder. Instead, he faces a Wonder Wing to the face, and now here comes a Rory. Oh, actually going for the F smash option instead. That's a rare one. You usually see Banjos going either for up smash or up tilt off that down throw, but instead he just goes straight up for an F smash, and not going to be ready for it.
No mash means that it's gonna hit for Soroy here, and he's gonna take a solid stock lead. Gonna start working on racking up more and more percent onto Aust's second stock here. Aust just not able to find his way in neutral. He can't get these solid hits.
There's coming in from Aust.
The third Wonder Wing.
And he's made use of literally every Wonder Wing. One of them was to evade a PK, the other two direct hits. He still has 2 more to go with 134. The rage is building, and another Wonder Wing will kill.
Oh yeah, most moves will kill at this point.
And up smash.
There's a conversion, up smash, the mix up.
Yo, Zeroy is just straight up going nuts right now.
He's destroying, yeah. Zeroy is rolling over Aust right now. Hasn't even lost his first stock. 134% puts him pretty solid in kill percent, but it's going to be on Aust to find that big hit just like that to take the stock, to bring the points a little closer, but Zeroy has just been dominant this entire game, not finding the ledge trap, getting a little bit of a punish for it too, getting 35% for his trouble, but still 76% on Oz means that he is still very behind.
And Oz is playing pretty good aerial game in terms of his projectiles, but he has to take more advantage of the neutral. That's perhaps the leader. Oh, wow, good setup from Zeroy. Immediately off of the grenade, he tried to go for the Wonder Ring on the landing from Oz, but that didn't work out in his favor. And still, Oz has the 11th sword, ready and rare to go! Oh, already a little bit of a combo from Oz. Zeroy off stage, might be able to evade this the 2-stock, and that's going to be it. Down throw into up smash will give Siena a 12-2 lead. 10 points separating the two teams.
And we talked about how Siena won by wide margins, and it looks like this might not be the exception here. 12-2 already is the difference. Keep in mind, our last game after game 5, right, was 8-20, a 12-point difference. Game 3 is not even over here, and it's already a 10-point differential.
Right, and I mean Zeroy, I'm trying to remember because like I see the profile picture, right, in the arena.
Yep.
The Bowser, right? I would assume because I remember he didn't usually play Banjo.
Yeah, I don't feel like I've seen.
I assume he played Bowser, right?
Maybe, I don't know.
Right, but yeah, that matchup would be a little bit more rough, wouldn't you think?
Oh, Bowser would be a lot worse into Robin than Banjo was. Very good time to be switching your mains up a little bit if he did used to play Bowser here. I mean, for all we know, Oz could be a Cerebi main, you know. So.
All right, just check chat, and I am right. Looks like Zeroy used to play Bowser, and yeah, this matchup would be a lot better for Banjo, as people are seeing now on stream. And ladies and gentlemen, we're about to jump into our game 2.
The counter pick will be Yoshi's Island Brawl, a map we are thus far yet to see after the entirety of match 1.
Right, and I mean, purely because Yoshi's Island, in I think most other tournaments, some majors, they still do keep this map in the map pool, but it's very inconsistent. It's a point of discussion in the Super Smash Bros. Community.
Yeah, the weird angles make it very polarized. Some characters can really abuse them, and other characters can't really, and it hurts them. So it's definitely a solid counter pick in certain matchups, but it is a hot topic of debate for a lot of people.
Right, absolutely, but heading into this game so far, it's extremely even. Both of these players just kind of whacking each other with whatever they got. It's mainly just been Oz controlling the air with these projectiles. And there he goes again. He's actually going to run out of the 11 sword, and here comes Zeroy trying to catch up. Just multiple dash attacks, just running on in with Kazooie carrying the band. So
I think it's important to note the Wonder Wing difference so far in this game. Last game, every single Wonder Wing got value. And there's one getting value here, I guess. I was going to say he was 3 Wonder Wings in already, and he hadn't even connected one yet, but
the one that mattered.
One connection, I guess. Yeah, the one that was important was the one that made it. But still, this game already much more even than game 1, right?
For sure. Zeroy once again trying to make his way back, and he actually connects with his second Wonder Wing into stock. Trying to chase. A couple of eggs just separating the two, and yeah, no, I mean, Oz would be hard pressed to approach because at this point it seems like Zeroy is getting a little bit antsy in terms of his sort of attack. So just being a little bit more patient might just win you this game if you're Oz.
Yeah, this game has looked very different. Ost has been playing much better, much more patient neutral. He's exploiting when Zeroy comes to him a lot more, and he hasn't been getting grabbed nearly as much. I think that's the biggest difference so far. All 3 stocks last game were taken off of grabs, right?
all the Wonder Wings being used, and now
Yeah.
Ost, he has sort of free reign over the stock if the Banjo
It's a lot of
anything
pressure.
saucy.
Yeah. Not having Wonder Wing means there's so many options you can't threaten anymore.
Wow.
But the forward air will take it. Looking like Dr. Mario.
There's a strong forward air that sends you
yeah.
directly to the left. Yes, absolutely. And now Ost, again, just trying to get rid of the stock. And I mean, I said earlier, unless something saucy happens, big mistake from Ost. Kind of mid-neutral to pull out that up B. Of course, there is a projectile that shoots out of the up B towards stage, but that just wasn't working for Ost.
Yeah, no. But 153 on the stock for Soroy. It can become even very quickly. But Soroy finding these stray hits, getting this little bit of percent on more and more over time. 66 is already the lead he's going to have going into his last stock, and it's probably going to get a little bigger. Or not. There's the 11 sword killing.
Now, Soroy has all of his Wonder Wings. Ready to go. Wait, what?
Spacing.
66%. But it was right on ledge with the F smash. Soroy going big with the secondary Banjo pick. And he drags Siena to, listen to this, a 15-2 lead over Niagara University.
Huge. After just 3 games, Siena is already more ahead than what is it? Niagara, or yeah, than St. Peter's was when they won last series, Game 5.
Right.
It is a huge, nearly insurmountable lead for Siena, right? In order to win right now, Niagara would need to get 4 3 stocks.
Well, are you... Wait, no way.
Yeah, it's
That
15 points.
All right, so
2 3 stocks is 8 points each, right?
Right, so that's separating the two. Niagara does have 2 points. They were able to sneak out.
Yeah, right. It's 13 separating them. Right.
So
yes.
13. So it still is possible.
Okay.
There's a
It is
couple of
possible. It's 2 3 stocks and 2 2 stocks though.
Like right.
Very, very difficult.
Quick maths, right? Quick maths. So even if Niagara were to pull out like the double 3 stock in this next game, somehow they would still be down by 5 points. So
it's brutal.
Man, oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into yet another quick break as we set up our game number 4 between Siena and Niagara. And this entire crew battle could just end immediately just off of this next game. So ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned to see if we might see the epic conclusion between these two teams.
Bud Light made a seltzer?
Wait, Bud Light made a seltzer?
I wonder what it tastes like.
Only one way to find out. What are the taste buds saying?
Tastes great, just hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Let's get that instead.
Wait. Post Malone doesn't drink seltzer. We drink Bud Light. Everybody knows that.
Why not try something new?
Bud Light.
Seltzer.
Guys, let's get both.
I'll get both.
Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Bravo team moving to checkpoint.
2 o'clock, 10 feet up the right. Visual 3 o'clock.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard.
Family in sight.
Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the MAAC 2020 Esports Championships presented by the New Jersey Army National Guard. My name is Upmine. I'm joined here by my boy, Toxic Gerbil. And Gerbil, this might be the last time that we talk about this game between Siena and Niagara, because if Siena can pull off potentially just the slimmest of a W here, this could be it.
Yeah, even just taking 3 points in this, so just 2 1 stocks giving over a stock even and then getting the 2 points for winning the set will secure Siena the victory no matter what. So a lot of pressure riding for Niagara's Flubber up against Siena's Pango here.
There goes Flubber. Trying to land in with a down air, and Pango just using that up air of Ivysaur. Super explosive, and it just reaches super far, and it's just strong as heck. Pango gonna finish off the stock 2 with an F smash. Good as heck.
Yeah, and that's already one stock falling off of Flubber. Every single stock is so important for this MAAC University lineup. You really need to be getting wins. You really need to be getting decisive wins as well. And right now, the only decisive win that's going on is in Pango's favor.
Absolutely, and
almost a full stock ahead.
We were talking about potential scenarios about you know, W's and whatnot. And I think just a single win here from Pango, or I mean, I would like to say just a low winning or a low stock win for Flubber would just give Siena the W. But look at that!
It does, yeah.
Back air from Pango just nails Flub right on ledge. And man,
if this is a 3-stock, Siena is guaranteed victory.
Right.
But it will not be a 3-stock here, that's for sure.
You're doing quick maps right now, I appreciate that. So here we go. Ivysaur landing on back. With the back air, and he does it again. Flub just trying to prevent at least the 2-stop. He wants to bring this back, he just wants to give Niagara.
But it's so hard from this position.
Right.
Pango's been playing so well, just zoning so hard against Flubber. It's been really difficult to get in, and he's not letting up.
Back from Pango, gonna go for the Vine Whip. Throwing out the Razor Leaf, and Flub just naring the wind as Pango can finish this off right here. Unbelievable, just an up smash to completely read that landing from Flub. And 17-2. Nothing really to talk about other than that. Pango just went nuts.
It's so rough. 15 points, the difference. Pango absolutely dominating Flubber there. Not the 3-stock. Could have been more dominant. However, very, very solid from him. Going to quickly get into game 2 and see if Pango can lock it in for Siena, or if Flubber can get himself together and make the miracle run back happen.
Right, 15 points separating the two teams, and that's 15
It's such a
points.
big difference, yeah.
Like the situation that these players have set themselves up for, Flubber would need to get at least a 3-stock and a 2-stock, and then his teammate, depending on that, would need to get either a
3-stock,
double
and then
3-stock,
2-stock or 3-stock, yeah.
Right. Oh my gosh. All right. This insurmountable. Absolutely. It at least it feels like it. So even if Flubber wins this next game with just wins it with a singular stock, it's over. Like it's
still over. It's actually
straight up over.
Insane.
Siena just went nuts, just holding back Niagara in every single game. And it looks like we're going to be moving over to our picks and bans, and FD is going to be inbound for Niagara. Toxic Turtle.
FD, yeah.
I was about to say, like, what, if anything, for a Link, is FD the better pick?
I don't feel like it is. I feel like Link gets a lot of pressure around angling his boomerangs and having these arrows coming out at different charge levels that let him control a lot of vertical and horizontal space, whereas Ivysaur mostly just has those straight razor leaves and can control the horizontal space better.
Never.
Why it's final estimation, I guess.
Literally never mind. We just got two different character selects, two different swaps. So Yeah, Flubber playing on FD, and if there is ever a good map for Little Mac, it's gonna be FD.
Yeah, FD has to be a good stage for him. It's just, you know, you can't camp him out on platforms if there are no platforms, you know? There's no way to really abuse his aerial mobility nearly as hard on the stage, but we already see such a rough matchup in terms of just the zoning potential of Duck Hunt Dog. Keeping Little Mac out makes it very rough.
And just this matchup, oh my god! Pango goes nuts. Holy lord, so Flubber, if he can't keep it solid for one more stock here, even if he can win out this game, it's absolutely over. It's mathematically over.
Really, really important. It looks like it's going to go Pango's way. His Duck Hunt looks practiced. It looks clean here. He is hitting confirms. He is getting combos. All of his projectiles are landing. It's just, it's so good for him.
What a good
wow ledge. And that will secure it for Siena, right?
Siena's in semis.
Siena is winning, yeah.
GG's. So, I mean, of course they can play it out, just good sportsmanship and whatnot, but Pango might have a 3 stock in the bag.
Yeah, we will be playing out the game. We will be playing out the rest of the match as well.
Gotcha.
But yeah, but Siena has punched their ticket to semifinals. Going to be going up against St. Peter's, the 2nd seed versus the 3rd seed in that matchup, and the winner of that, of course, going to grand finals.
Pango going nuts there.
Ooh,
Everything that he has at Flubber! Whoa! Pango goes so high following Flubber. Holy man, so Siena might be going for potentially a record game here because they currently have 22 points. That's a lot of 2s on our board. 2-2-2, and
what a lead.
Siena could. I mean, there is potential for the big 3-0, for the big 30 points, something that we were begging to see in regular season, but we might just see it in playoff play. So ladies and gentlemen, that was our 4th game, and we still have one more up next on the board. Let's see who we got. We got Fiction playing off against Knight, aka Nick. So ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with the epic conclusion, you know, the respectful conclusion between Siena and Niagara University. Please stay tuned.
Bud Light made a seltzer?
Wait, Bud Light made a seltzer?
I wonder what it tastes like.
Only one way to find out. What are the taste buds saying?
Tastes great. Just hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Let's get that instead.
Wait. Post Malone doesn't drink seltzer. We drink Bud Light. Everybody knows that.
Why not try something new?
Bud Light.
Seltzer.
Guys, let's get both.
I'll get both.
Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Bravo team moving to checkpoint.
2 o'clock, 10 feet up the right.
Visual 3 o'clock.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard.
Family in sight.
Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. We're about to play Game 5 between Siena College and Niagara University. Gerbil, who's up next on board?
We got Niagara's Fiction versus Siena's Knight here. As Fiction takes an unfortunate SD, just not making it back after getting combo dragged off stage there. We got Falco versus Shulk as the matchup.
I can't believe it, man. Just goes nuts already. Oh my god. Might have lost his jump, do not know, but
yeah, maybe.
Whatever it may be, Knight already comes off. Siena already in the lead too, so whatever glimmer of hope came from that last set, it is just crushed.
It is
Knight
so
going
long.
nuts with Shulk, man. Oh my god.
These are the matches where we're playing for style, where the games don't matter, and Knight is still going in. He's playing with style and he's playing for a win. He's just getting everything for himself right now, running over Fiction here.
Bro, it's like playoffs is still like on the line for him. He's still
going. Yeah.
He's gotta keep going.
By just playing legit, looking to make it quick. He says, "Man, I got dinner to eat before semifinals. Let me get to that table."
Let me finish this up real quick, bro. Mom made macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
Oh
Fiction
man.
taking the stock though, redeeming himself a little bit. And Knight just doesn't get to walk wherever he wants.
I can't get over the mac and cheese stuff. Can't
Knight's
believe
gonna
it.
take game 1.
Right. Off of a 2 stock. That's 24-2. And Siena.
Do we need to keep track? Oh.
Bro, I mean, okay, first of all, the broadcast that we're doing right now, right? MAAC championships. This would be so on brand if we were talking about mac and cheese right now. Totally on brand.
No.
Because there's for people who didn't know, for people who didn't or who weren't planning on going to Atlantic City for our championships, there is a mac and cheese festival, like straight up, just multiple just chefs making like different types of mac and cheese in Atlantic City, in conjunction with the MAAC tournament. So it's like
gonna be great,
oh my god! So I think in tribute to our championships tonight, I think I'll have to make some mac and cheese tonight. That's for sure.
Drop some Fs for the mac and cheese that never was.
Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, we potentially have one more game here on the board as we had Knight go absolutely nuts, extending Siena's lead to 24-2. But that also means that the 30 bomb is no longer possible.
Is it not? Have we done the math out?
Yeah, we have. That's even if Knight were to get a 3 stock right now, it would have 27 points plus 2 more. That would be 29.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So unfortunate. So ladies and gentlemen, let's head into our second game. Knight and Fiction stepping on up, and it's still gonna be Shulk versus Falco.
Getting back into it. See if this game is as explosive as the last one, because that was crazy.
Right. Oh, already a quick start coming in from Knight and Fiction. Already taking so much damage. Shield
Even with the shield Monado being the one chosen, a big combo coming through.
Somehow. Fiction taking a little bit of laser damage. Oh, there you go. Up tilt. Up there. Fiction showing some glimpses of hope, but you don't want to look for him like that, especially not against the Shulk. He has a lot of really good
smash Monado.
He has so many good out of disadvantage options, and Fiction, he just gets destroyed. But there you go, another good option. Another up tilt, tries to go for the up air, but Shulk being Shulk, he pulls out the shield Monado.
Yeah, it's so hard to combo Shulk when he can just become Bowser at a moment's notice. sword to get those confirms that you're used to being able to get.
Marrying Fiction once again. He just holds center stage. There goes Fiction again. Said Knight lands back in. These two are just wailing on each other right now. It's just a battle for neutral. It doesn't seem like they actually want to go off stage. They're just chilling here, unless Knight goes for something spicy off stage, which Schultz usually does. But instead, it's gonna be a back air right above ledge, taking out Fiction, and now ooh, that would have been the kill. Fiction up tilt into back air, but the shield Bonado blocks out the kill for Fiction. Oh no.
It's so good. It's so powerful. Just being able to deny that kill confirm is incredible. Oh, but that one though. Keeping it to 2 stocks, even respectable.
Right, of course.
As the speed Bonado comes in, some damage gonna be racked up onto Fiction. The ledge traps from Schultz are so powerful, it's disgusting.
Wait, that's it! No! Fiction! No, Knight, just a little tiny bit of BM, a sprinkle of BM, a side order of BM at the very end, but man, oh man, a 2-stock at the very end, bringing Siena's total up to 28 points. Congratulations, Siena, for making it into semi-finals, facing off against St. Peter's. And I do have the updated bracket for you guys right up on your screen. So look at that, St. Peter's versus Siena at 7 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. But if you guys look at the time right now, it is currently 4:43 EST. Manhattan Maris was scheduled to start at 4:30, so you know what? I think we still do have a little bit of time for the interview, but yeah, that's actually pretty good because that actually does fill up a little bit of time for our players to get ready. So, ladies and gentlemen, with our interview, we're gonna bring in the pretty much the winner for Siena there, who brought in the game winner. It's Pango. He's dropping in. What's up, Pango? What's poppin'? How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing?
I mean, vibing, man. We saw a pretty good match, to say the least.
Oh, yeah.
So, run us through it, man. So, you guys, it's kind of cut and dry, you know. Just looking at the end score, the end score was 28-2, and yeah, just kind of run us through things, because Pango, going into, first of all, Game 4, you opted to go back to the Duck Hunt, which, honestly, I didn't know that you had a Duck Hunt. I haven't watched you play it yet, but when I saw it, it was reminiscent of other top Duck Hunts out there. What was kind of your methodology behind the character choices?
Well, after obviously the first game, we were looking a little shaky, but we knew that if we just kept going, we'd easily get past that. The DDD, obviously, online is quite the menace. But we knew we just got to take it slow, and obviously it showed off as we didn't drop a single game after that. And the Duck Hunt, of course, I've been working on that, especially with online. I wanted to pick up a new character that could be quite the menace online. And it is proven today that it seems like it's working.
Right. Seems like it. And I mean, people were saying in chat, like, yo, this Duck Hunt, big brain, 1,000 IQ, and I couldn't agree more. I mean, the setups are sick, man. So good stuff on that. But kind of run us through your semifinal matchup. However, you're gonna be facing St. Peter's #2 seed, and if you were watching stream whatsoever, the interviewee, which was Show, was kind of talking about the next matchup, the next potential matchup. I asked him, who would you like to face, Siena or Niagara? They actually wanted to face Siena for a little bit more of a challenge. Is there any sort of rallying cry or anything that you want to say out to your fans before you end up, taking a little bit of break before 7 p.m. and end up taking on St. Peter's?
I'm just very excited. We've had quite the history with St. Peter's. It's been back and forth. We've beaten them, and we saw last week they beat us to take over the 2nd seed, so I think it's going to be a pretty great match, and I'm just excited to see what comes out of it.
Absolutely. So, you know what, Pango, thank you so much for stopping in, man. I wish you the best of luck in semifinals. Congratulations on the scrumptious dub that you guys took in the quarterfinals. Have a good one, man. And for us, ladies and gentlemen,
Thank
that
you.
has been it for Siena versus Niagara. And we're going to be moving on into Manhattan versus Marist very, very soon. So please stay tuned as we'll be right back with the rest of our broadcast.
Bud Light made a seltzer?
Wait, Bud Light made a seltzer?
I wonder what it tastes like.
Only one way to find out.
What are the taste buds saying?
Tastes great, just hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Let's get that instead.
Wait. Post Malone doesn't drink seltzer. We drink Bud Light. Everybody knows that.
Why not try something new?
Bud Light.
Seltzer.
Guys, let's get both.
I'll get both.
Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
It begins with our mission and values. A culture of innovation and collaboration. Achieving a global perspective beyond the classroom. Turning education and theory into practice. Developing lifelong interests and connections, and striving to make a difference in our communities. Marist College.
Manhattan College has been shaping the greatest city in the world since 1853. But what you'll find here might surprise you. It's a small campus in a big city. It's where strong values meet open minds, knowledge becomes innovation, and changed lives become unbreakable bonds. Because when you welcome different perspectives, you rise above the expected, and the world follows. That's the Manhattan experience.
Bravo team moving to checkpoint.
2 o'clock, 10 feet up the right.
Visual 3 o'clock.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard.
Family in sight.
Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the MAAC 2020 Esports Championship presented by the New Jersey Army National Guard. My name is Upmine, and I'm joined here by my boy, Toxic Gerbil, and we're about to take you guys through Marist versus Manhattan. So, Gerbil, what have we seen thus far? We've seen 2 sets. Any highlights for yourself?
Yeah, we saw a really dominant set between Siena and Niagara. Siena winning with like a 26-point differential. Really insane. And there were some really great moments in that one. We had some really great Shulk play at the end. We had a really insane comeback in the first set, I remember. We had the Mii Sword Fighter versus Peytonator's DDD make a huge comeback to win the first set of the match and put his team at a lead going into it. We also had St. Peter's versus Quinnipiac, which started out very close and then blew up in St. Peter's favor near the end of it. So that means we will have St. Peter's versus Siena coming up after this match, or not after this match, after a break after this match. Around 7 p.m. you're going to be able to tune in for St. Peter's versus Siena. We have players going in for a quick hand warmer, a Joker player, and a Greninja player. The Joker, of course, is Marist's, is Manhattan's Ryoklusa versus the Greninja as Marist's Rograt.
Yeah, Marist representing with Rograt, and then you have Ryan, aka Ryzoluka, representing Manhattan. And yeah, no, they're just gonna reset everything. And ladies and gentlemen, you guys look over to the bracket again. Of course, we are a little bit behind schedule. We're like 30 minutes behind schedule. All of these games have gone the distance, and it's more or less fine. We'll get through it, ladies and gents. The winner of this one will face off against the number 1 seeded Canisius College, right after the conclusion of this game, and of course, St. Peter's and Siena facing off at 7. And ladies and gentlemen, our entire bracket is going to get settled right here today here on the official EGF channel. So literally, like I said before at the beginning of the broadcast, if you guys want to go out, take a little bit of a break, get yourself some lunch, get yourself some dinner, we'll be here ready and raring to go to give you guys some amazing Super Smash Brothers action. But ladies and gentlemen, it seems like our participants between Marist and Manhattan are ready and raring to go in the arena. Let's just jump into it.
Yeah, of course, a lot on the line for Marist here, considering their League of Legends team and their Rocket League team both won their own tournament.
Right.
So Marist, if they're able to pull this out, pull the upset over Canisius, if they beat Manhattan and go to Grands, maybe even win it would be huge for them to win all 3 brackets separately.
Right, they already have silverware to their name just from the past 2 nights. Like, that's unbelievable. And just congratulations to the institution in general. Yeah. But man, oh man, Marist, right, they still have more work to do. That's for sure.
Rograt pulling out an early lead, but he is off stage. Facing down the Arsene, successfully stalling it out. The big scary red man's gonna go away, and it's time for Rograt to come out and play. Sending Ryoklusa off stage.
Oh, the footstool!
Really crazy.
Out of nowhere.
Means that Ryoklusa will take the first time.
Ryzoluka, yeah. It's a weird one, but whether intentional or not, that was kind of nuts coming in from Ryzoluka.
Right? Stock evened up here. Very good. That's so much good.
Right. We were mentioning this earlier, but the game of cheese and in crew battles is especially prevalent because literally you want to take as many stocks as possible. Like, even if you do end up losing, whatever consolation that you can give yourself and your team is much more appreciated than you just kind of, you know, going along with the script, going, you know, with the rule books and just just trying to tag on in. Like we watched the Kirby earlier. You were saying, like, you know, maybe just the you know, just the big suck off stage would have done his team lots of work, but it be what it be.
Really a solid play from Frog right here. He doesn't need cheese. When you just hit the up air connections, hit your reads, hit your combos, he hasn't taken damage from probably like 100% worth of Rise of Luca. He's gonna finally take some gear, but he's basically entirely lapped Rise of Luca as he even gets that shadow sneak onto the stage. A sweet spot off smash, not quite gonna take it, but he is a full stock ahead now.
Oh, okay. Alright, so Luca just trying to chase. Goes for the up smash too, but instead it's gonna be a spot dodge into a down smash. So now Rise of Luca at least equates a one stock apiece with him and Rograt.
He evens up the stock, but the percent is still so in Rograt's favor. The next solid hit will secure it, but Arsene means that there's a lot of comeback potential for Rise of Luca here. Rograt going to need to wait out this meter and not eat any risky punishes. That counter could have been it. That could have been the punish. But Rise of Luca not going to get there. Because Arsene's about to run out, but he doesn't even wait for it. Rograt gets the shadow sneak to secure the kill and get that first stock, that first game of the match in for Manhattan. Or for Marist.
For Marist. It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
Look, man, it happens. It happens. We don't exactly have labels for the name either, other than of course on stream. But our boy can't see stream. Like we're looking at our
I'm doing my best here.
Nintendo Switches and whatnot. Like no, completely understandable. But yeah, no, just a good basic game from Rise of Luca and from Rise of Luca and Rograt, but you could kind of tell that Rograt had been playing a little bit too much Elite Smash because you could see, you know, from the bait early or later on in the set, trying to bait out the counter. He knew.
Yeah.
The man knew. Like
he's ready. Yeah.
So sick. So. Well, there you go. So the online culture, you know, kind of catching up with some of these land-dependent players. So let's see how they can fare because it's only been a single point distributed between the two teams, and there is a whole lot more Super Smash Brothers to be played out.
There's a lot more points to be given out. That is for sure.
Absolutely. So we are heading into our game 2 real quick with both teams pulling out their bans. So. Looks like we're going to have Manhattan banning Battlefield and Yoshi's Story and Marist. Marist banning out Battlefield and Yoshi's Story and Manhattan banning Kalos. So ladies and gentlemen, if you hear us like kind of mixing up the names for these teams, we usually go by initials for these institutions. So Manhattan, Manhattan.
You know, MA. As opposed to Marist's MA, you know.
Right, and not only that, but also
the difference.
Manhattan College and Marist College, MC, right?
Yeah.
So we're just kind of we're stuck against the ropes on this one, but hey, we get there, ladies and gents. Kalos is gonna be next up on board as Manhattan picks it out, and that's a better pick, I would like to say, for the Joker.
Yeah, I love Kalos. Kalos is such a great stage. I just think it's the best stage. It has a really unique platform set up. It's really great to look at. It's got the wall going down for wall jump shenanigans. In terms of being the counter pick in Joker's favor, it's probably good. The thing about counter picking in this matchup is both these characters have very similar goals. They both really like up air drag down combos and ladder combos, following players around on platforms, fishing out landings. So I feel like in this matchup, you really just go to the comfortable stage because no stage is really going to give an edge either way.
Right, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to head right into our game as, again, it's going to be almost literally the same matchup as before. Greninja and the Joker. And Greninja's not going to have those platform opportunities as he did before with PS2 to get some of those drag downs, but it might be a little bit more space for him to work with. So I'm kind of excited to see how these two players kind of fare on this Kalos pick.
Well, early on, we see the advantage going to Rograt, getting a really nice ledge trap sequence here, racking on 50-60% without taking too much in return for it. Just some good neutral play, but we do see the first Arsene coming out at around 80%.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, but Raizakuza really not able to get any mileage out of this Arsene. All of it going away due to taking damage, especially after the nerf from the last patch, how quickly that Arsene goes away.
Right, absolutely. And Greninja just taking full advantage of that.
Shadow Sneak killing.
Shadow Sneak pretty much just
I can't believe that
just point blank. And yeah, no, going coast to coast on the kill. Kinda nuts. And not only that, but Rograt also just taking so much damage off of Raizaluka already so early. He goes for the down air just to evade the hits, and somehow he's just all the way back in. Now Raizaluka.
Aware down air, I like a lot.
Yeah, it's almost like the same ideology of just other quote-unquote suicide down airs being used. It's just a modified, it's just a faster fastball in a sense.
Yeah. And now, the first Arsene's gone. Raizaluka still was not able to close out the stock. Rograt chilling pretty at 151 right now. Getting the wall tech shenanigans going on Kalos. Almost a full stock. Oh,
man, oh man.
Has paid off in dividends for Rograt in this match.
Oh, he tried to go for the dash attack, potentially a jab block there. And now Rograt still just taking full advantage of this lead, but a dash attack will finally do it for Raizaluka.
Very good kill at 180 though is not what you want to do, but remember, in this format, every single stock you take does matter. So even if Raizaluka still loses, it is very important that he was able to get that one stock off and close it out against Rograt. He might be able to get two here, especially if he can build up to another Arsene in time.
And Raizaluka almost getting stacked up by the up air from Rograt. And, ooh, down tilt.
Nasty confirm.
Nice. Down tilt into the aerial, and that's going to be a 2-stock W for Marist, and they take it the first set. That's going to be a 5-point lead here for Marist College.
Out the gate, 5 points. Not a bad start. Not dominant, not destroying, but solid. That you like to see it.
That's a very solid point line, to say the very least. And Manhattan, you know, as a team coming into playoffs, who, you know, they have high hopes in a sense. They were the better seeded team out of this one. They have good depth in their roster in terms of their anchors. But even then, Marist might be able to sneak away a game or two, which, if I'm being completely honest, this crew battle might be one of the closest that we're gonna watch all of today. And you mentioned this before. I asked you which crew battle is gonna be the one to watch, and you mentioned that it would be Manhattan versus Marist because of how close that it would be and how entertaining it would be. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna cut right into a very quick break, just a couple of institutional ads and whatnot. But I did, however, want to thank some of our sponsors for this season. First of all, the MAAC would like to take this opportunity to thank its partner, the New Jersey Army National Guard, for their service and your partnership. And of course,